All right.
What's up, guys? How is everybody?
Whoop, whoop. Kurt's first in the house. What's going on, Kurt?
He is. We are super honored here at Snakin Around to have Amber from Modern Exotics in tonight from Golden, Colorado. And we're excited to get a chance to learn about them tonight and show you guys this awesome breeding partnership that they have going on. And you guys get to see another face behind the name. This is Amber over there, Modern.
Hello.
So we all got on holding snakes. So everybody, we'll go around and we'll let everybody that's let everybody load into the channel who's watching. If you guys are watching, smash the like button. Tell everybody we're here. Tell everybody Amber's on. And get some love over on the page. And then we'll introduce all the snakes we have.
Yeah.
All right. So Amber's a special guest. So Amber, you get to go first.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You just want me to tell what I'm holding or what?
Yes, what you're holding. Who is your friend tonight for right now?
Oh, for right now, this is one of the babies that we produced this past year, 2020. It's a super pastel banana heptide.
Nice.
It's our little guy.
We all kind of, well, except Lauren, she's got the big one of the bunch tonight for right now.
Well, not big, but
but she's bigger than what we're both holding.
Oh yeah, this guy, he's one of the little guys. Yeah.
He's so cute though.
He's just real placid and real easy to hold, and so right now I just kind of went, yeah, I'll grab one of the little guys. Seeing as how this is the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Mess with one of the little guys for now. That's just so easy and gentle and chill.
Yes, Kurt, we know you're here.
Kurt, we get it. I know. Here at work watching, you're always supportive. We get it. We're totally get it. Lauren, who do you have tonight?
Well, I figured I'd start out with something a little different and give her some social activity for a bit. This is my Boa Imperator, Rosa. She is a lot of genes. I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head here. She is a possible super hypo, het blood, positive anery type 2.
Ah, she's got a lot of little things packed in that.
Yeah, I'm still learning like the boa morphs and stuff, but I love how orange and peachy she is. And I don't really get to do a whole lot with her. But I figured, we'll get her out and socialize her a little bit tonight. Because she's going to get big and she's got to learn to be a good girl, so.
Key with these guys. Get them out. Socialize them.
Oh yeah, she's a pretty good snake.
Yes.
Hopefully she just keeps this personality. So what do you have, Nikki?
I actually have Emotep. So he is our desert ghost. Is who is visiting us tonight. So this is the only visual desert ghost I have in the house. This is my Emotep.
Jeff Noel is here. Yokai Reptiles is here.
Hey guys, how are you guys? Thanks for joining. So lots of topics to talk about this week. A lot of bans going into play. US ARC Florida. So we've got a lot to talk about. And Amber, what's really nice about you is you're on that side of some of these bans because you actually own Tegus and you've been part of this fight since 4 years. And she actually has four Tegus.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah, we have a couple of them that are big, and then we have 2 little babies. So.
Yeah. Hamish, that's everybody. If you guys haven't met Hamish, he's the best supermodel you'll ever meet. And he smiles all the time. I love seeing him. So if you guys check that out, go check out the page. He's actually probably in most of your photographs recently is Hamish.
Yeah. I was about to say, if anybody follows our page, they have probably seen photos or reels of Hamish or Lars, one of the 2.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we've had some photos of the 2 babies, but they have been mostly down for naps through brumation. They got here and they started brumating at different times than the bigger ones did because they had already started doing things in their previous states before they got shipped to us. So it was just kind of they're here and they're sleeping. They have since both kind of started waking up a little bit more and coming in and out. And so we're going to be posting more photos of them coming out.
Oh, that's awesome. It's neat to follow the journey with your tegus throughout each of their seasons as they go through their brumation and breedings and all that. Oh, there you go.
Depends on what breed, what morph they are. Hamish is a giant Chicoan. He's going to get the largest. I believe he can get over 5 foot. He will get huge. I believe they can get up to 20 pounds, I think is what John told me. He is not that big right now. So if you look at his photos and you think he's huge, that is not his full capacity. He can get bigger than that. Lars, of course, she has blue as her background. She's a super glacier. So she's not going to get as big, but she has Chicoan in her as well. So she will get bigger than a normal blue will, but she's not going to get as big as Hamish. So they can kind of vary depending on their genetics. So it's kind of just depends on what they are. The two little guys that we have, they are Anneries, and they're a morph of reds. So I believe they would probably get somewhere in between Lars and him.
Okay.
So they're going to get
I had a technical meltdown there.
It always happens in a live. Once or twice that we'll all have technical difficulties for a second.
Taking shenanigans. Yeah. Is Amber still here? She's a black screen for me.
Frozen, or are you guys frozen?
Actually, Lauren's frozen for me. You're fine. Lauren's a little, she keeps, like, I can see her face now, like her motions.
Oh, okay, there's Amber. Oh, good.
We'll get it figured out, guys. It always
catch back up. Apparently the internet's like, hey, it was warm today, so we're gonna throw, a couple of hiccups.
Yeah,
because the weather
it's raining here again, so it could, for all we know, it could be some Memphis, bugs in the phone.
Right. Could just be something, the weather on one end or another.
Yep. These live streams don't go as easy as everybody likes to think. There are technical issues sometimes where we're pixelated, we can't hear one another. It's funny. But you know what? It's fun. We live, we learn. Are you gonna do it?
Well, I think that was a my B because I forgot to take off my Wi-Fi. And Jeff's playing video games. So it can't handle streaming video and playing video games at the same time online.
I have my brace
But we're good now. We're in 4G and we're good.
You're gonna try to hit
Kurt says, yeah, I don't get it one because they're too big. He says, I mean, they seem awesome. The pet shop I go to has a black and white and a blue.
Oh, that's cool.
I like blue tegus. I like the color of blue tegus.
The sad thing about it is when they sell them in pet shops, if it's not a reptile pet shop, if you're getting them at Petco and PetSmart, they're probably not going to tell you how to take care of it very well. Petco's and PetSmarts, I don't believe they should be selling tegus, monitors, anything like that when they can't give you the right husbandries and things for a ball python.
Yeah.
They should be giving you advice on how to take care of a tegu of all things. If you go to a reptile shop, your local mom and pop place, that they are reptile owners themselves most of the time, and I can't even guarantee you this is all the time, but most of the time they will know what they're talking about when they tell you how to take care of them. So you have a better understanding of what you need to do and how you need to do it. I see that people go in and they look at them and go, this would be cool, but personally I would suggest getting them from a breeder who can explain to you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. There are quite a few big name breeders out there who will definitely talk to you and walk you through anything and everything, all your questions, anything. That way you can get a good idea on what you should do. But I mean, I'm sorry, you can go in and you can buy one for $300-400 at a local PetSmart if they have them for sale in there, and they're not going to be able to tell you all the right things to do. They could possibly tell you something wrong.
Being a responsible owner of tegus and any lizard for that matter, or any of these reptiles, it's the knowledge. Be respectful, learn what they're supposed to do, ask questions, reach out to people like you who have had tegus for a really long time, and get that information before actually, making the decision to own one, because you never know what you're getting into. They're great, and we see all kinds of cool photographs and things like that, but it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to these animals.
You have to be really patient. Yeah, they can have their moments where they test you on things, but you definitely can't show that you're scared or afraid of them for any reason. You just like anything, if you tend to jerk back or be scared of certain things, they're going to go, oh, well, that person's scared of me and I can keep doing it. And the bigger they get, well,
yes,
that's when the more dangerous it can get. So you have to be patient, and you have to try to get them to understand without forcing. You have to try to get them to understand that you're a friend. You're the least thing in the world to be afraid of. So I will have to agree with you, Jeff.
Yes, Jeff, that's totally correct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I feel like in that pet section when you go talking about that now, I remember an experience. We went into a Petco. There's a super specter. We kind of looked at her, and the guy comes up. He goes, "Oh, well, I know she's a female by the size of her tail." What? By the size of her tail? Huh? No, no. The only way you know if it's male or female is if you sex it. So I've heard some crazy things. I feel like yeah, it's like by the size of its tail, like they all have the same size tail.
Well, they require teenagers to go work in and don't get me wrong, I'm not sitting here saying there aren't some teenagers who don't know a lot of things about red. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they would hire just my daughter's friend who doesn't even own a reptile to go work in that department. And then they are there to sell the products that they have in their reptile aisle. And as we know, there are a lot of things in the reptile aisle there that they tend to push that are not good for ball pythons.
Yeah.
But yet you want those people who are there, who you're paying to be there, your salespeople, to push those things to sell towards people who are buying ball pythons. And it's not the correct things that you should use for husbandry. I'm sorry, as far as I'm concerned, and I know there's a lot of people who might be using them and who might disagree with me. You should not be putting a heat rock or a hot rock, whatever it's called, inside the enclosure or the terrarium or whatever you're keeping. I wouldn't agree with that. It can burn their stomachs. It can burn their bellies. I wouldn't agree with it.
Completely. There are some
as far as things go.
And here's a question we'll throw out to the audience. Has anybody been into Petco recently and noticed, like we've noticed it around here, they're getting albino pieds and they're getting like crazy morphs now, like super specters, and like you're seeing more versus like your normals and your pastels. and all that stuff in your pet stores. And it's crazy because it's almost like they realize, wait, there's a whole nother side to like having snakes in the store.
Yeah, but they're not selling them. They don't have a label on there for what they are.
Yeah.
They don't care. Number one, they don't want to have to say this is what it is, and to back up the genes, they want to buy it from a breeder for a cheap price because the breeder hasn't sold it and wants to get rid of it at a wholesale price. And they want to put it in the "it's fancy" tag, so that your local mom and dad down the street can buy one that's under $200 or $300.
Yeah.
Well, I actually had to educate somebody recently because I posted a picture of my female special, and I said, "Oh, this is my female special. Blah 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 blah. I'm looking forward to making special corns, whatever, in the future." And somebody commented on it and said, "There's no such thing as special. That's just something they label in the pet stores because in PetSmart and stuff because they don't know the actual morph." And I'm like, okay. Clearly, you've been to way too many PetSmarts and haven't done your research on morph market.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They don't label it as a special. They label it as a fancy.
Yeah. Fancies. Like that's their go-to. A fancy is everything. It's a fancy. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, my daughter, I didn't even realize my daughter had paid attention that much when it comes to morphs and stuff. She just likes to play with the snakes. Didn't realize she had paid that much attention. Didn't even think she cared, in all honesty. We went into PetSmart. She walks back there and looks at him, and she goes, "Why do they have a pinstripe in here?" And I went, huh. Went over and looked, and I went, "Yeah, you're right. That's how obvious." Didn't even realize you paid attention as to what a pinstripe was. Okay, cool.
We went into one, and there's a bongo, like a single gene bongo sitting in there, and you're like, yeah, like in a pet, like $800. They had the price tag like in town, and I was like, holy cow.
Oh, listen to this though. I went the PetSmart that's about an hour south of me. They usually have like normal ball pythons and stuff. Like these ones don't go too crazy. But we walked in a couple of months ago and they had a banana ball python. And you want to know how much they were trying to charge for a banana?
What?
They were trying to charge $600 for a banana ball python.
Holy cow! Whoa! Holy moly!
Yeah.
Sorry, come to me. I'll sell them to you.
Right? Yeah. Like
right?
if you guys need genes, like follow all of us on Instagram or follow the page or reach out to any of us. Trust me, we know people that have genes. If you want more genes, Amber does pies and clowns. I actually have one of her awesome snakes that she produced. I have a cinnamon champagne. Which I'll get her out in a little bit and show her off. Amber does crazy gene combos too. She made a gray matter, which is actually the sister.
You tell me when you're going to get her out. I'll get her sister out.
I'll put Imhotep up and I'll pull her out right now. I'll pull Christelle out right now.
Oh, snake swap.
Snake swap.
All right, pretty girl. We'll put you back.
I just have to remember where my snake lives now, because I have so many in this room. I'm like, where do you live again? Oh, Imhotep.
I am really pleased with how this
Imhotep
boa handles. There you go. Go in your house. Go ahead. There you go, pretty girl. Who do I want to bring out?
I got a joke, and we're going to see something, guys. So I actually have 2 of Amber's snakes here. I want to see when I pull somebody out if she can recognize who is who and who is who.
Snake swap. You want me to see if I can recognize between Izzy and Christelle?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you stop.
Oh, yeah. Here's Izzy and Christelle.
Definitely glowing. Just leave you alone.
There's one of my pretty girls.
Let me see her head. That's all I ask is let me see her head. That one looks like
If I move my finger, I know you'll know who it is.
oh Lord, I was gonna say that's Crystal. Yeah, that one's Crystal.
Yep.
Yeah. She's the one with the darker head.
Yep. This is my Crystal. So I actually got this awesome, pretty little baby from Amber. And Amber actually has her sister.
Yeah, this is her sister. Right here. There
I can't wait to make those. They are beautiful.
Right? Like, she sent me the photograph of her, and what's crazy is she's bigger than all of them. Like, way bigger.
Yeah. This one?
Yeah, she's huge.
She will eat anything. She's almost 400 grams.
Yeah.
Woo!
She won't play.
When did she hatch? When did you hatch? When did they hatch?
Close to the beginning of the year. Hang on just 1 second.
Oh, you want me to get your sister? Is that what you want? You want your sister out too? Okay.
Hi, Floppy. This is the other sister.
Ooh.
I got both my sisters.
Big kids.
Yep. So this is the other sister. This is
wow.
Peter that went along with them. So we have a gray matter, a pewter pane, and we had the two cinnamon champagnes. So this is the pewter pane girl.
And these are the sisters.
Wow. Yeah. And we've got these two that are just wanting to go everywhere right now. They do not want to sit still. They are trying to
I owe quiet time to Kayla with these girls because she comes in here and she holds them and makes them quiet.
It's the Kayla method of handling.
It is. It's the Kayla method of handling. They're like, okay, don't toss me around like a noodle.
Yeah. No, these two they're out right now and they're like, okay, we want to go everywhere. They're like wanting to go figure out where they can go up or around or where they can go. Yeah, when people
I guess I'm
still
up on the champagne party on second.
There you go. Get on that champagne party.
Yep.
We'll get him. Oh, but you gotta put your butt. There you go.
Nice.
I think he's in shit anyway.
Let's see. Who else do I have? I can always pull out Doodle.
Buddy. Oh, you're way back here. But I know. Come here. Boop.
So get the questions for Amber, guys. Line them up. Let's hear them. We're going to be here as long as you guys want us to be. Like that like button. Oh, look. There's one, too.
Woo. One. What do we got? Whoa.
That is Lori.
Got somebody who's trying to be a bracelet.
Emotep was doing that. It's kind of cool when they still. I just love it. I love it. I cannot wait to create some of those. She's so pretty. I tell people looking
down and fade it out, but
yeah, that's so true, Jeff. That's really good advice to give anybody. What's funny is yeah.
Help people.
Kayla says hi very quietly.
Who?
Kayla. She like walked in. She's like,
"Hi, Kayla."
And like walked back out.
Tell people looking for ball pythons in Petco to go to Morph Market because these guys charge way too much. Yeah, they do.
It's funny when we get
it's not market value.
Yeah.
No, they're buying them for a little less than what market value might be because the person's trying to get rid of them and they want to regain some of their money back. And then they're going to charge you double what they purchased them for.
Yeah, big rude.
Yeah, John just said at least. So, I mean, if you're looking at it and they're trying to charge you
How's
$600
Amber doing?
for something that you wouldn't pay $600 for on Mork Market, you know that they bought it for probably $3 from the person that came in there and sold it to them. And there's no way they have $300 worth in feeders in it or anything. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Mhm. Jason
That's
in the house.
yeah, he's downstairs. He likes to watch our show from downstairs, so I'm sure he'll chime in eventually with some comments or something. He's waiting for me to ask him.
I haven't seen him here yet.
He's probably waiting for me to ask him to bring me Amber, which is a nod to you, actually, which is funny because we were trying to figure out a name for her, and Kayla's like, I love Amber, and she goes, yes, it's after Miss Amber, too. So that's what the retick's name has been after, plus the color Amber, because her eyes are orange.
I saw when you guys posted it, and I got on Kayla's, and I went, Amber? And I went, wait a minute. She comes back and she goes, it's because of her color.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of cool.
I know. It's that, and it's a nod to you too, because I thought it was really cute. Because the retick is actually mine, guys. So anybody that's freaked out that Kayla owns a retick, that's not the case. The retick is mine. But Kayla kind of that snake love with those young herpers, man. She just, if she could steal her, she would.
Look at that bracelet action.
I have no idea what she's doing.
She's being chill. Let's see.
She's acting like she's some kind of large python who's trying to climb on a tree.
Oh, Dale's here. Hey, Dale, how's it going?
What's up, Dale?
There's Jason. Kayla steals all her snakes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you also play the game, Jason, of, well, we can trade.
I know. Jason is always like that. He's like, well, and what's so funny is she works the best deals with parents. Works the best deals. Is he rocking his shirt? I'm pretty sure he is, actually, Jeff, and I'm going to bring him in here as a model just to show off your shirts in a minute. Because I'm going to make him bring me Amber. Everybody's kind of falling in love with her. So, I guess we'll get on to the topic. Another reason we wanted you on, too, is what's your feeling about all these bans that are just showing up against tegus and the reticks? And it seems like it's like the faucet got turned on and now it's like ban, 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 ban. And it's like, it just seems like it wants to trickle like wildfire. So, what's your opinion?
For lack of better words, I think it's crap. I think the one in Florida, they're wanting to ban tegus and iguanas, number one.
Yeah.
Anything that's outside in their quote unquote native ecosystem. I don't think that banning them from owners is going to do anything. This is not somebody buying an expensive morph from like Carlos over at Tropical Florida. This is not anybody buying a morph from him and just going, oh wow, I can't handle it anymore, I think I'll release it. That morph would be picked off real quick. This is not something that could just easily hide. This is not something that really just blend in. I'm sorry, if you're buying an albino, that thing's going to be eaten. Something will see it and it will be eaten. That's animals 101. The things in the wild, you're banning them from people who are taking care of their pets, but you guys have not been out there doing your jobs and helping to clean up the mess. Carlos goes out there every week, traps the tegus, tries to look at them for any kind of breedable morph that he may want to add to his collections, to turn around and sell, quote unquote luxury designer morphs. And then whatever can't be used for that purpose, he turns around and he sells or rehomes, if that's what you want to call it, the wild ones, the wild caught. Doing it that way, he is doing what they want done. He wants them removed from the ecosystem. He's already doing that. He's not the only one. There are several breeders down there that this is what they do. You are now attacking these people. You are wanting to take their jobs, their livelihoods, everything away from them. So the people that have been doing this on a daily basis, that the politicians, the government, FWC has not been doing anything to help these people to go out there and trap any of these things. When it comes to the iguanas, haven't done anything. They've just let it grow out of hand and go wild. When you haven't done your part, but the breeders have been doing their part and your part, but yet you want to punish them, you are not going to be having them to have your back. They're going to go, if we don't have our business and now we've got to start over from scratch in 4 years and do something else, they're going to basically take one finger on a hand and they're going to throw it up in your face and go, good luck.
That's true.
We're not going to help you do this. Congratulations, do it on your own.
Yep. And I feel like knowledgeable breeders out there, they could help this problem because we all work with them. We know their habits. We know, things like that. Like whatever they're doing hasn't worked thus far. So, kind of stepping on us as a community and anyway with a ban or, hey, we're going to restrict this or you're going to need to do that. That's not fair to us because we're the ones that could actually help them.
What they're doing makes no sense. Telling people like Carlos, not just Carlos, but I'm saying people like Carlos, big breeders who have multiple tegus. Multiple. This is what they do for a living. That within the next, 180 days, they have to have new enclosures built from scratch, which means their new enclosures have to be, 4 foot tall and 8-inch thick concrete.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it stupid? Like, these people have worked this hard to get enclosures set up. Like, I know everybody that's on here, we all have our snake rooms set a certain way. Imagine having a government turn around and tell you, you have to flip that in a certain amount of time. What do you do?
In 180 days.
It's not.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, 180 days. Congratulations. But then at the end of that 180 days, you can't have any of them.
Yeah.
You have spent all that time and that money to fix everything to be able to house them. But at the end of that 180 days, they want you to get rid of all of them, which means you have to be able to rehome however many adults you have, however many that may be. Carlos will not be able to.
I have a rat fight. Hold on.
That many adults. There's no way. It will not happen. It's going to be too hard. In the middle,
it's all going to come down to them. They're all going to be euthanized because there's nowhere for them to go. Or basically, they're just saying these animals are going to be, they're going to have to be killed.
What's that?
And it's not their fault.
And we're all attached to them. I don't want any of my animals to be euthanized. So it's going to open the gate doors for people just to turn around and release them back into the wild.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Hold on, Jeff. I got something for you.
Hang on, yeah, get him in the middle. Make him move over a bit more.
Good right here.
There we go.
Stop right there.
Ooh.
Woo-hoo.
Jeff, this is all for you.
Okay, I made it look good.
Look at that modeling. Ooh.
Oh, look.
Oh, we're rocking my animal house.
Now. John's in here with his shirt.
What is this? I'll go get another shirt.
Oh, he's it's the warm shirt. He doesn't know where they are. That's the sad part. It's all about control. It's like Kevin says, they don't like us weirdness. They don't. But the funny part about it is listening in on that conference, there was somebody that was in there in the queue and they spoke. They're like, as much money as I put into Ford for the vehicles that I drive around, to all these other like Lowe's or anywhere else you guys get your stuff from. I see you both drinking out of my cup. I see that. You guys want tumblers? Talk to these ladies. I make some pretty cool tumblers when I'm in the game.
Well, speaking of Kevin, though, did you guys watch Kevin's 17-minute rant video after
Yes, I did.
conference?
Yes.
I think that's interesting how all of their information that they put on the slides, all their information says that like tegus and iguanas and blah 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 are bad for the ecosystem and they destroy the ecosystem. But they didn't even bother to talk about the biggest reason the ecosystem is in trouble in the first place and humans, because we're training we're things all over all in Florida ecosystems. That's destroying. It's not the tegus and the iguanas that eat the native insect wildlife and the mammals and blah blah whatever. It's people. But they're putting blame on these animals, and it's not that case. Information.
I have to say, I heard Kevin say it. I heard Billy say it the other night when they were on the podcast together and they were just talking about it. We are considered a weird group of people, but if they actually took a step back and looked at all of us, do you know how much money we flush into the economy because we are those weird people? Look at all the shirts we get from the small businesses. Look at all the stickers we get. Look at all the tubs, the rat food. I mean, Tractor Supply probably on top of our viewers' monies and like by the billions. I mean, you know, it's crazy, but like when they shut the door on us that hard, it makes nobody want to trust them. And in all honesty, I was really proud of a couple of people that stood up and was like, you guys are just straight out lying. Like everything you have to say is a lie.
Yeah. I mean,
that's knowing exactly what was going to happen. They knew that they were going to vote for that. That there was it was a formality, and they just totally closed their eyes and just let it go for the amount of time they had people. And it's pathetic.
It's sad. So if you guys are on here,
the fact that people can say all those people.
And support it, like love it, be out there. It doesn't matter, whatever you guys can do. Donate 25 cents for all, we understand the world is a crazy time right now. We understand, people are struggling. If you can do something, then do something. Be proud of it. Even if you just repost about something, don't be harassing people about what they did and what they didn't do and what they could do and what they couldn't do. You don't know that person's situation. But if they're just reposting about something and being positive about it and putting it out there, the more it's seen, the more, the popular demand will come, and we're all going to influx in this. And, USR is flooded right now with donations and memberships, and like, we're going to get some of this stuff overturned.
Okay. No. Okay. No BS is saying that they said they could keep them for the remainders of their lives. Okay. If you have one tegu, sure, it's your pet. You want to keep it for the remainder of its life. Go tag it, whatever. They will give you a license or certification or whatever, saying that you can have that one tegu. One tegu. When that tegu dies, you will not be able to get another one. That doesn't mean you are certified to have a tegu. That doesn't mean you have a license to have a tegu. That means you have a license to have that tegu. Which means,
and only that tegu.
Yeah, which means if it dies in a year, if it dies in 10 years, doesn't matter. Good luck getting another one. You won't. The breeders who have 40, who have 20, I don't care how many, it doesn't matter. that eat basically like a human does. I know what it costs to feed 4 tegus. I know what it will cost to feed 4 adult tegus. I know this. You're talking about multiples. They're telling them, hit tag them, get them all licensed, keep them for the remainders of their lives. Keep them on your property. Build 4-foot by 8-foot thick enclosures out of concrete. Do all of these things. Cool. Kind of jerkish. And then you turn around and tell them they are no longer to ever breed these animals again. In other words, make a dime off of them. To, in other words, help feed these animals or anything. So now you're going to be spending, who knows, upwards of $20,000 or $30,000 every year just to feed these animals.
Okay, I think about it.
So, yeah. What are you going to do at that point?
I mean, it's a good question. I mean, you know, and the funny part about it is people are like, okay, well, we can buy them up, we can get them in other states. But the sad part about it is this is rolling out in all kinds of shapes and forms in different states. So it's like, you just, you know, like, it's sad to see it. And I totally believe it. The government wants a piece. If one thing sticks out to you guys in COVID and in the time that we're in, what was the one mainstream industry that never needed anything from the government?
That never needed anything from the government?
Yep.
We didn't need anything from the government.
The reptile community never needed to have any of the government assistance stepped in to help them with any of their businesses, because you know what? We flourish. We know what we're doing and we know how to do it. Now they realize, oh, wait, hey, we see that this money's coming in, but this money's going out, but we don't have our cut in it. So now they're starting to roll it in.
That is the conspiracy theory I've heard, and I agree 1,000,000% on that, because that's why they're trying to do like pit tags and permits and all that stuff, and you have to pay for that because the government wants their cut. That's exactly what it is.
We shut down areas where you could no longer go and congregate in expos to be able to sell them. That's what they didn't realize Morph Market was still going to be available and then we could ship them.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden in New York, it was, we're going to work on the shipping ban. And if it passes it, then maybe everybody else, it'll flood and trickle down, and hopefully there will be a shipping ban everywhere. Okay, that's the way I see it.
Yep.
Now, if they do that, if they stop with if they start with the shipping ban, if that goes in there, the only way we will be able to sell to somebody else in another state is basically if you go, yeah, sure, I can deliver, or I can meet you halfway, or if somebody decides to start a thing where
animal transport
courier service. Nikki and I have talked about this.
And I went, you would need to get a big box truck that you could heat the back of it up and everybody could go through there. And basically you'd be labeling them just like you would for transport through FedEx.
Yep.
Get there as fast though, because we don't have as many ways to transport them. You don't have somebody to fly them from place to place, and it could take them a week to get from one place to another. But your animal is not going to die because it doesn't have food in a week. That's not going to happen with a snake.
It's the temperature.
Food. All you need to do is make sure that they had water. They would need to have a heated area. They would have to have that heat pack, just like they would with anything. But they would.
And it's not just that. Look at the way and this is another thing that a lot of people don't think of. Look at how fast FedEx has slowed down with the accuracy of shipping these animals. And now look, like and
they don't insure them anymore.
Yes, they don't insure them. They can't tell you that they're going to make it overnight, but they still expect us as reptile breeders to ship these massive amounts of money to get these animals there overnight, but yet they're not getting there.
They when they did it, when they made the deals with Ship Your Reptiles and Reptiles to You and whoever else is out there. Sorry, I only go through Ship Your Reptiles. They're right here in Lone Tree.
Yep. Oh,
Tegu! Yes.
Lars. Hi, Lars.
This is
Taylor, it's Lars.
Yeah, she's not much for being held, so that was about as close to being on camera as we were going to get. She's more girl. She likes hanging out on the ground, and
I know John's saving him for last, but Hamish.
if he wants to come out, I will definitely get him picked up and get him on my lap, and we'll get him on camera. It's just
Jason just put it out there. I have been saying that mutation transportation, and what we could all do is we all live in different states. We could pick up and meet in certain spots across lines and transport snakes that way, because you know what, guys? They would be with keepers. They would be in safe vehicles. They would be labeled. There would be people that would be trusted, and we could get them there a lot safer than what they're getting there with now.
I can honestly see that happening if all of this goes down.
Yeah.
The people who did Ship Your Reptiles and Reptiles to You, and like I said, whoever else it is, because I think there are 3, but I'm not sure.
It's Ship Your Reptiles, Reptiles Express, and
Reptiles to You is the
Reptiles to You. I should know that one.
Express is the one that goes over the border.
Yep.
They're the ones who go to Canada. Okay, they're the ones why I can never remember the name of it because I don't ship to Canada. That's why. When they first started talking to FedEx treats everything as a regular package because FedEx doesn't care. FedEx's policies are that they ship packages. That's all they ship. Is ship packages. They treat everything as if it's a box of freaking paper. They don't care. Mm-hmm. If you go up and you talk to somebody who works in a regular FedEx store and you tell them that you shipped a reptile or that you want to ship a reptile, as far as they're concerned, we don't ship reptiles. What are you talking about? It's against our policy. Now, they made deals with these companies that they will work with them and they will do this if they follow said protocols.
Yep.
If they follow said lines. Now, we have to follow these protocols. If we don't follow these protocols, then we cannot ship our animals through FedEx. We have to do these things. We have to label them a certain way. They have to be in a certain box. They have to have holes punched in the box. They have to have heat packs if they need
the Lacey Act forms, all that stuff.
Yep.
If they need them for certain, times of the year because of weather, and I mean, it's just, there's certain things that we have to do as the shipper. Once they are in the hands of FedEx, it does not matter. They are treated like a box of paper. I understand that the outside of that box can say live animal. It's harmless. Keep the arrow pointing up. Sure, it says that. They do not have, when you go in there, they do not have a separate area that it just goes, here are all the live animals. Take them out first.
Yep.
Sure, they are put on they're not a priority.
Or not.
It's not the way it works.
And the sad part about it is right now they're getting bumped back even further because FedEx took that big contract for COVID vaccines. So it's like the reptiles got really far bunched back, and like they don't care. I got a bearded dragon in this week, and somebody looked like they stepped all over his box, all over it.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think anybody is ever trained on what these boxes look like.
Yeah.
These boxes need to be treated or any of that stuff. I think they just get them and go, what is this? Okay. And I think there are some people that just common sense get it. And then I think there are some people who go, I don't care. It's just a regular damn box.
Or it's like, I say it all the time. See, Pope actually, Randy works for UPS. Yep. I feel like it's like Ace Ventura, where he like in the beginning of his first movie, where he picks the UPS box up and he like throws it and steps on it, does somersaults over. I feel like that's what they do with these snakes. That's why some of these snakes come out of the bag and they're like, we are ready to be out.
Well, didn't you say that your beardy that you just got in the box was like crushed up?
Yeah,
because
it was crushed. Like at the bottom, it looked like somebody stepped all over the bottom of it. And I had a juvenile bearded dragon in there. And luckily the foam hadn't been touched, but it was like the outside of the box. And it's just like, hey, people, these are, and like you said, it doesn't matter if we put live animal, handled this way, arrow up this, they don't care. You know, I have one FedEx lady. I love her to death. She's always at my hub. She knows me every morning. I went in to get my bearded dragon and said, "Hey, I'm here to pick up an animal." And she goes, "What?" I do rabbit transports, and we will do a big circle around the city. See, yeah, and have number one through 6 stops. And if you are, yeah, see, it's like they do it. It's so funny. We talked about this. They do it with horses. There's horse transports. You guys will see them on the interstates, the big transports, and they're semis, and the horses are like, they're transported everywhere. Maybe, you know, maybe somebody in the world needs to band together and make a transport company where we meet. Like, here's your stops, and if your snake is on that stop, then that's where it is. Because at least at that point in time, and like Rachel from Red Bottom said, you know, it's with somebody that knows about snakes. So if something is like wrong, or like the tent needs to be a certain way, or you know that person's going to take care of that snake, because I know all my snakes, when they go out, like I watch them like a hawk through UPS and FedEx, and you know, like it's just whoever you guys ship through. It's like one of those things. And like today, I got really frustrated. Even with mail now, it's slow, it's stupid. I ordered something from Beth over there in Shedlace. My other package from her got here, and she mailed that one out a week ago, and it went to Atlanta instead of coming here, and she's in Alabama. So it's just a messed up system. And what sucks is we're the ones that are suffering, right? Because we're entrusting these boxes to be overnighted to these people that spend their money for these snakes, and it's not happening. But yet here we are with all these bans and the stupidity that's going on. That it's just it's not conducive to what we want. And I feel like right now they're trying to get that hand in that cookie jar, and any way they can slow us down, that's what they're doing, because they've numbered shows, they've limited shows, you name it, you have to go through it to be our you know. And the reptiles, when we started 3 years ago, it was like, hey, look here, we're going to a show, let's go. Hey, it didn't matter, it was exciting. Now it's like, oh God, is my snake gonna make it?
Right.
And see, the crazy thing to me is like, you'd think that they would go for something that's like venomous reptiles, because they're dangerous. They can be dangerous if you're not trained properly. They are dangerous. But there's people who keep them, and they're you know, I mean, I think everybody should be able to keep what they want as long as they're trained and know how to handle it properly.
Education.
But
it goes back to being educated. I feel like
it's so bizarre.
I feel like a lot of people with these bans, and I said it a couple of times in the chat, it's education. If these Congress people or FWCs or whoever's in charge of it, if they would actually go to these facilities and spend like a week in a facility and working with the animals and seeing how much like these breeders and collectors and business owners care for their animals, it might actually change their minds. But a lot of these people that get into these positions, they're so against it because it's been ingrained in their head. Like when you were a child, and I know I was told, the only thing for a snake is a good dead snake. That's what I was told, and that's the generation of my grandmother, and it goes on. So it's like you have to think in their mindset, is that same mentality what they grew up with and were never given the opportunity to go in and hold a snake, to learn about it. So it goes back to education, and I feel like they need to go around to Carlos's facility, go visit the actual local people that are doing stuff in these states and see how much they care and they're passionate about their animals.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mix of that. It's also a mix of the lobbyists for like the Humane Society of America and PETA and, you know, all of these companies that have their hand in their wallet, handing out money to these senators and, you know, all of these legislators, and they're like, well, we'll give you this amount of money if you put this bill forward and get it passed. We'll give you this money, you know, like, and it's also kind of a greed thing, because but doesn't affect them at all. So why does it matter? They're getting money.
Make what money fast enough. That's what it boils down to with all this. I remember, and Amber, you know it. I don't remember how many times, and I've lost count, how many times I marched in the downtown Capitol and Denver against pit bulls being outlawed. I was down there with my dog. There were millions. Like it's crazy to see this, and now Denver will allow pit bulls again.
Yeah, they will allow them as long as you have them registered with Denver. And basically, I'm sitting there going, cool. So you don't mind if they're there. You just wanted to make sure that you got your money.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it boils down to. A lot of the legislation that we're seeing and the bans and stuff, they're mad because when crap got deep out here, they thought, oh, well, hey, guess what? We can shut the reptile community down, stop their shows.
Shut everybody down.
Yeah, and that's what it is. They want to shut everybody down to get their hands in it. And in all honesty, it goes back to like the voices need to be heard. We need to be there in numbers. We need to support each other. Yes, it might not be in your state right now, and you might not think it'll be on your back door, but before you know it, it will be on your back door.
In one way, shape, or form, yes. Like Kevin said, yes, they made the ban right now for iguanas and tegus and a plethora of other items. There are 16 other animals on there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they all are.
I know
there's certain mammals. Yeah, it's birds.
That I know there's like rock pythons, and they're not there. In other words, they opened the door for people to go, oh, well, it's something that could possibly live here. It's not here right now, but it could survive here. Oh, so could this. This could possibly survive in our environment. So I want to add it to the list. It's insane. It's stupid.
Yep.
He has said that they have already started looking into bearded dragons at this point. Bearded dragons, really, baby beardies.
Leopard geckos.
Babies.
Leopard geckos. Like the small guys. Cresties.
Yep.
Who knows? It could be crested geckos before it's all said and done.
It's ridiculous.
You made a really good point too on that teleconference. There was a lady that actually got on and she was for the bill, and she made a really good comment, and she said, oh, I saw these tegus sunbathing in the middle of like this road or like island, and she walked past and they all like looked at it. Hello, Amber even said it. Tegus don't sunbathe and congregate together.
Yeah, I'm sitting there and I'm listening to all of this go down. I'm sitting there and I'm watching it. Carlos and his wife were sitting there, and he started laughing.
I know. It was nuts.
He's sitting there. He's going, I go out and I search for these things. He goes, I wait and try to catch them. He was like, they don't do that. I'm sorry. If you guys were walking up, you guys may have run into a bunch of iguanas sitting there congregating and going, right.
Sorry, Carsick, Mary.
But all the tegus, I'm sorry, they heard you from 100 yards away being your grandma's self, wandering up and talking all bunch of BS while you're walking, and they went, yeah, no, I don't want to deal with you. And they all just walked away. Before you even got close to them, she probably doesn't even know what one looks like.
Yeah.
She probably saw an alligator.
Yeah, bro, you saw an alligator.
I have friends who live in South Florida. Okay? They've lived there. Some of them have lived there their whole lives. They didn't even know what a tegu looked like until I started posting Hamish. They didn't even know what one looked like.
It's not sad. Like, it's uneducation. Like, or they hear the horror stories that you hear about from, like, an accident, or, like, somebody had a misfortune, or, like, they hear about it. Or, I think it was Animal Planet. They did Venom 1 down there in Florida. And it was all the firefighters that run around with the anti-venom. And I think there was 2 firefighters on there that, like, actually were licensed to keep the tegus. Mm-hmm. More shows like that, in reference to, like, venomous snakes and what not to do and how to be professional about them. And when you do handle them, that's great. But also, like, they brought in the tegus and they showed it. But it's like, it goes back to being educated and doing your research and knowing what you're getting yourself into before you go out and you purchase it. As like breeders, as we are breeders, we try to educate anybody that ever tries to buy a snake from us. And I'm sure everybody that ever tries to get into a tegu or to any other one of these animals, a breeder can only educate you so far. Because I have a ton of snakes that are out there that I will literally send the snake and never hear from the person again. So it's like you try as much as you can on our end, but you can only try so much. You can't lead a horse to water and make him drink. So it's just one of those things. It's like getting the education out there, but it's a cause that it's worth fighting for, and everybody just needs to do their part and with all of it. Because
the link to USARC is in the description box.
Yep.
If you have not donated, if you have not become a member, if you haven't gone to look at these bills, please go do that. Please.
And if you guys are
$1 helps. Anything.
Or anything, guys, there's so many giveaways right now on Instagram and I'm sure Facebook and all that stuff for memberships. If you guys are hard up on that, get in the giveaways. You never know, you might get a membership. Nobody wants to pressure anybody into being a part of this, but having as many hands as we can into this with 25 cents, who cares? If that's what you have, that's what you have. Nobody's going to look you in the mouth. You're still supporting the cause. And don't forget about these breeders that do Tinley and do all these auctions for USARC, and like they donate money. Like there's more money going in than what we're just seeing on Instagram from everybody.
When it comes to we have a membership. Our morph market, we will be donating 10% of every sale.
See?
Am I giving a 10% off to anybody who buys a snake? No, that doesn't do anything for USARC. That doesn't do anything for them. I'll give 10% to USARC. That's what I will do. Okay, I don't care whether you got a membership or not. I will give 10% to USARC. I will definitely applaud you for having a membership. That is awesome. Thank you very much. Anyone who doesn't have a membership, I sold a snake today. In the package that went home with that snake was information about USARC. Everyone should have that in their packages.
Yeah,
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. I think I'm gonna do that as well.
Yep.
Go with the package. Go to USARC. You can't force them to become a member, but you could definitely put it out there that this needs to be looked at.
Yep.
They're local. They're right here local to me.
Also, I want to say something too. It's been pointed out, USARC has an Instagram, guys. There are billions of us breeders out there. Their following is a joke. It's a joke. Get on there, follow them. Like, see what's popping up, because that's where you're going to find the information a little bit faster than you will just going to their website, because they're going to push it out there because they want us to see it. They want us to have our voices heard. So get on there, support them. Just do your part. That's all we can do. We have to stick together because we're the only ones that are going to protect one another by having our voices heard.
Anything that's donated to them is used for helping them get to these things, helping them fill out all the papers, to make all of the packets that they need to go in and fight for all of us in these hearings. I mean, everything. That's what it's there for. Bill Goss needs all the help that you can give this man. I mean, I'm sorry, with all of the flood of memberships right now, can you just imagine the burial ground of t-shirts that he's having to be under right now just to get all the t-shirts out to everybody? Because that's what he's trying to do, so that he doesn't feel like a bad person for getting behind on trying to get out what he said he would.
It's crazy. I mean, and people don't understand that money goes into all of every little bit of piece of advertising that they do for the cases or the banning or the lawyers or getting there or staying in a hotel or fighting like people. It costs money. And there are voices, guys. Those guys are the voices.
Okay. I'm giving Blue Jar a membership.
Yeah, Blue Jar. He's giving her a membership once she gets to 500 followers. And I think that's awesome. Like, hey guys, there might be people in our community that are struggling. So if we can step up and honor them and give them a membership so they're part of this, then let's do it.
Okay.
I think they need to jump on that too.
Having some USARC stickers.
Yes.
That's my thing on that. I looked into that. I need to find someone who can contact Phil Goss or find a way to contact Phil Goss to ask him whether it's going to be against copyright, or if it's going to be against copyright infringement, if I go ahead and have them made.
Oh my, see, and
That way
that's
I
what I'm
can
saying.
distribute them. I mean,
Yep.
I'm sitting here going, everybody's making stickers for all of these things, and here I think I need 400 different ways of my logo to go in all
Yeah.
these packages. It is not going to hurt you to add one extra sticker for US.
Rachel, that's a great idea. Thank you for that.
It's not against that. If you're not selling it,
Yeah.
you're going to sell it. If it's US ARC, you better be sending every freaking
Dime.
US
Every
ARC.
dime.
I'm not saying a percentage. I'm saying every single dime of that package. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it going, there is no other way. If you're, as far as I'm concerned, if it says hashtag US ARC, because that's the way you're wanting to send it. If it has anything to do, because you're wanting to ride on the back of, look at what I'm doing for US ARC. You're wanting to get your shirts sold. You're wanting to get any of that stuff. You should be sending.
Here's the thing, guys. I am totally against. Look, US ARC is doing their thing, and any donation that you get by labeling US ARC with your brand needs to go to them. You don't need to make a profit off of anything. This money needs to be donated to these people because, like Jeff just said it, I am so sick of hearing, you can't beat the government. Guess what? If you get enough of us and we're loud enough, you are going to beat the government.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's dumb that if people are going to put their thing on there and go, it's for US ARC. It's not for US ARC if you're only going to donate a certain percentage of the profit.
Amen.
Sorry. If you've got tons of other stuff that's making profits, you're not doing the right thing. I know, I understand. Every little bit counts. That's everybody's joke of making it sound like they're doing something good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's a joke. I know it makes me sound like a shitty person for saying that, but that's what it is.
It's not, though. It's the truth. You're not.
Yeah.
Advertising your logo on the back of US
That
ARC.
is not a joke because we've all seen it. We all scroll through social media. We all see everything that everybody's trying to do. But the thing of it is I do see those posts. Oh, well, I'll give 10% of this $40 t-shirt. Excuse me? I can go on to Teespring and see how much you're making on your t-shirt. And I know exactly, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't. If you're going to support the cause, support the cause. Don't support your pocket and then the cause. It's the cause first.
If you go, if you're doing it through Teespring, I'm sorry, your little shirts, I can go on Teespring and I can see how much you're making off of your shirt. So if you tell me that you're doing a percentage, I can go in there and I can look at the percentage that you're making and I can see the percentage that you're going to be sending to US ARC off of each shirt.
And if you're not sending the whole amount,
one.
And that's not fair to them, guys.
That's not fair.
You don't know. Here's the thing. You might be thinking that you're doing your part when you're doing something like that and not sending it. But guess what? Karma's going to come back and there's going to be a ban set in your state. Guarantee at some point in time in life. It might not be today. It might not be 6 months from now, but you never know. But you're going to want them lawyers all up in there trying to stop it. But if they don't have the funds that you could have sent to them, then that's not fair. Like, don't take advantage of something that's a prize for everybody in the community by not supporting what the cause is. Don't say you're a supporter if you're not a full 110% supporter.
Don't. The way I look at it is, okay, you have a Teespring or a what is it? The one that I just started with my shirts on the Store Frontier. Store Frontier, yeah. If you have one of those and you say, hey, I'm donating such amounts of proceeds, that's like a supplemental thing. That shouldn't be something that goes straight into your pocket. If you say that, well, I'm going to donate a certain amount of percentage from my shirt sales or whatever, it needs to be all the money that you get, flat out. Because if you're a breeder and stuff like that, your animals, the money you get from them, okay, that like some of that can go to US ARC as well, but your shirts, that's not
anything on those shirts.
That's an easy thing to do. That's an easy thing to be like, because my shirts, because I've been considering doing this as well. My shirts, like with I think that I get like $4 and something for every shirt that sells. I've been considering just donating it straight to US ARC.
Okay.
Because I mean, how much is that gonna help me? $4. It can help US Ark and help save this hobby.
Hang on just a second. If you're selling a shirt and you get $4 profit off that shirt, and I'm sorry, if you're going to send 5% or 10% off of that sale, $4, that is 20 to 40 cents.
Mm-hmm.
It's my problem.
It doesn't make sense.
Times that by 4. Wow, you're sending them a few bucks.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Not only that, how do I say this?
You know,
don't be a leader in this. Don't be a follower. Be a leader in this. Don't be a follower. Don't take advantage of the situation that's out there that's bad. It doesn't look good. And I'm sorry, and I'll just say this. People start to catch on to certain things when they see them and a repetition, and they do their research. Amber's very, 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 very versed in all the bands with US Ark. If you guys have any questions about it, talking to her is the thing. But the thing of it is it's like, don't forget, we all talk to one another. We all have our circle, our huge big snake family, and then we have our small little snake families that we talk to on a regular basis. We all pick up on things when we see something that doesn't look kosher and isn't fair to the cause, because that's just not the way it is. Like the reptile relief, I'm loving seeing that. Like people are splitting it between Texas and US Ark, and that's great, and keep doing it. It's great. Don't take advantage of the situation to make yourself a profit. That's just not cool.
No. The sad thing about it, and it was great that people were wanting to do this. Don't get me wrong. It was great that everybody was wanting to donate money and send it and everything. I get that.
And those people are going to send it. But the ones that we've seen, they're like, I'm going to give my $4, that 10% of that $4, and I'm a
it's a
joke.
The best
40 cents, like
instead of
from one shirt,
donating what you want to donate to these places, because you know that once they get their donation, because they're getting it, it has to go through a process anyways. You know that process is going to take it smaller.
Yeah.
You know it is.
I know with super chats, and I've seen like Billy did it, and I think DMJ did one last night. I don't know if that was YouTube, but YouTube gets their cut too before it gets released to anybody else, and then that person gets theirs. So it trickles.
Yeah.
Yep.
So your big $20 or $10 gets knocked down. By the time it gets to Bill Goss, for God's sakes, it may just be $10. Who knows? It's completely ridiculous. I'm sitting here going, everybody just needs to donate.
I think I like Rachel's idea, like getting some stickers and finding out who we have to contact and getting US Ark sticker, and then in the boxes like what you did. I think I'm going to do that when I start shipping snakes out or anything, or selling them locally, like giving out the information. Yes, you can't make them join, but you can make them aware of it, because a lot of people, like here in Memphis, I can tell you I've never once seen anything for US Ark down here in South Haven, and I've been there for 3 years.
I agree, Jeff. I agree.
If you're giving 5% of $4 is greedy. What I would say was 1,000 people joined for $40 for 1 year. That was 40,000. When could
donate to US Ark?
Yeah.
Yeah. See. You know, we're not trying to downplay anybody. We're not trying to sound hypocritical or anything, or put the pot. We're just pointing it out there from where we see it as out in the community. We need to do more and have they need to be the storefront of any snake that anybody sells about. Hey, do you know about US Ark? Here's the membership. This is where you can start. If you can't donate, it's one of those things, like just mention it in anything. I know your Morph Market, Amber, has a beautiful writing about the US Ark stuff.
Yeah. I'm not setting
being a member, like
I'm not trying to push it. I have to sit there and put it on my Instagram that it's on there. If somebody reads it in my policy, that's awesome. If somebody buys a snake from me, I will donate to US Ark a portion of those proceeds. due to the fact that the rest of that goes to, off of that snake, goes to feed my collection behind me. That's
Right.
it. Aside from
Apparently
that,
my collection's tossing water bowls. I hear water bowls crashing.
aside from that, I'm really not making a dime off of it. I turn around and I buy frozen feeders with it so that I can
See,
feed.
and that's another thing. People get into the misconception, us reptile breeders, we have all this money. We don't, because all the money that we make on the snakes, it either goes back into bedding, feeding, vet bills, you name it. It's like it goes out as soon as it comes in. And the whole point of this isn't that, it's for the passion of the snakes. And we say this all the time on here. If the snakes could talk, we would all be out of a platform.
Right. Yeah. I look at, let your snakes sell themselves.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to sit there and make yourself look like Kim Kardashian or anything else in order to sell.
Those are my favorite recently. It's seeing some of the Kim Kardashian Instagram photos with the snakes. I'm like, oh, okay, we're stepping up our game real fast over here. It's just like you said, the snakes should sell themselves. Us as breeders and hobbyists, we should be able to sell the snakes with the back information that we know about the genes and what the.
Right.
It's the education.
Right.
And there's just a lack of it.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit there and, okay, everybody has seen that we have those little certificates that we send with our snakes.
I love it. I have two.
I am not going to guarantee you that there isn't something in there, because people have all of a sudden started in on this certificate thing out of nowhere and, guaranteeing genetics out of nowhere. Guess what? I understand there could be other genetics, hidden in snakes that you didn't know were there until you started breeding them. I got it. I do.
Congratulations.
Yeah. He just said, congratulations. That's a bonus. I got it. However, I am only going to sit here and tell you that I will guarantee it is what I say it is when I sell it. When I have it posted for something on Morph Market, I'm going to guarantee you that that's what it is. I'm going to guarantee you that I posted it on there, that it's just a pastel 100% hep hide. If there's something I will tell you what the parents are. If it is something else in there, congrats. It popped up.
I see the certificates as more of like an aesthetic thing. If you don't trust the word of the breeder that you're getting an animal from, why are you buying the animal from that breeder?
Right. I sit there, the guy, he saw the thing today and he goes, that's the coolest thing I've ever saw. He was just like, he's like, my wife just thinks it's awesome. And I was like, well, I was like, thanks. I was like, I'm just going to tell you guys that I'm not sitting here saying that it's got other genes in it or anything else. I was like, I'm telling you that you bought a pastel 100% hep hide. I was like, that's what I'm telling you. I was like, these are the parents.
Yeah.
Like, anything could happen. Don't get me wrong. Shit can happen.
These animals were brought in from the wild, so God only knows, like, there's always something hidden around the corner, you never know, and it's just a bonus.
Mutations happen, but
JR was just discussing this when he was talking about the white snakes that he was breeding along with that came from the clutch with his DGs that he was talking about, with there being stuff hidden in there. And he couldn't guarantee that they would be one thing or another. So he was going to hold the females back to be able to breed them because that was the fun of it. He was like, I can't really sell them for what they're worth because I can't guarantee you anything.
Yep. And that's the way it should be.
He could look at them and he could go, well, they're ivories and they've got this in them. And I think they might have this in them, but they're also possible this and possible this and possible this, but I can't guarantee you anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On an instance like that, I would go, they're ivories, they're this, and they're possible this and possible this and possible this and possible this.
Yeah.
You sell it for what you can guarantee, not for what the possibility.
Nope. And then you write down what the parents are so that the person who is buying it will be able to go, okay, so if this popped out during a breeding, they will go, so that's what that is.
Yep.
Instead of going, what in the world? No.
No.
And, yeah, and you don't increase the price off of a possibility.
Yep.
That's what we don't do.
And everybody does their own stuff, but like what you said, like you can't guarantee something. If you can't guarantee it, it's a possible. You sell it as a possible. And if that person lucks out later on down the road, by all means, congratulations. It's a win. If you have the crown hidden in something or pied or, it's a win.
Right. I mean, I have a female pastel pied on Morph Market right now that we believe she is possible leopard. We believe. We're looking at her. She looks like possible leopards. I don't want to say that she's leopard. We're looking at it that way. And
That's a good question, Jason.
We do that.
Possible leopard, but I have her on there as a price of matching one of the pastels that's on there. I matched her as a pastel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you could get her. You could hit the lottery when it came to a pastel leopard type. You could.
And Jason's right. Would you guys buy a snake from a breeder if they don't have lock pictures of the parents? Because like we do, and this is just what we do. Every lock that we see, we take lock photographs. And if somebody asks, we're like, here's the lock photograph. I can prove to you this is them doing what they're supposed to do.
This isn't me going, I do this for anybody just in case they ask. I do this mostly so that I can keep track.
Yeah, exactly.
Keeps log of dates and everything for me. It's just a lot easier.
Same.
So I have lots.
I do it with the photographs of eggs too. When you get them, then I can go back and be like, okay, here's the date. This is when it all.
The digital timestamp and everything.
Yeah,
you can be like, oh, okay, I took it on this date. This is okay, got it.
John just goes, you have to take pictures of her on the eggs. She's glowing. I'm sitting there going, yeah, she's proud.
That's the prettiest you'll ever see her.
I know, that's like the prettiest.
For like 2 minutes, she's proud of herself. And then after that, she's angry.
Yeah.
You open that tub, she's on fire. Yeah.
Yep, they're ready. They're ready to just let you have it. But like, I do know, like sometimes, and it happens with bells are really known for that. A lot of your snakes that you can't really see patterns sometimes, it's good to have extra backup with what your pairings are. So if somebody does breed something and they don't know, you can go, okay, well, here's mom and dad, and this is where this kind of intertwined itself. So it's always good to have backup material if a snake, because we do sometimes. We reached out. We've got a snake coming in from Ozzy Boyd, and Ozzy's into that high intensity orange, and we flat out asked him, "You've seen this snake? He's grown a little bit more. What's your opinion about this snake?" Because sometimes they do come out of the egg and they look one way, and then give them 6 months, they look completely different. So it's having that extra knowledge about what you're receiving is always good.
Right. Well,
going above and beyond for clients or people that want to purchase your animals is better than just having the minimum and going, yeah, she laid this day, they hatched this day. Yeah, here's a picture. It's good to go, yeah, okay, here she is on her eggs. Here's mom and dad together. Here's this, I'm only mentioning because I contacted a breeder. Oh, yeah, here we go. For a clown puzzle once, and he straight up said, I don't need pictures. The snake is what I say it is. We didn't buy it. He flat out, Jason asked. I'll walk away from a snake if you can't prove me some details and I gotta take your word at it. No.
Okay, number one, I don't know you.
Yep.
I don't know you from Adam.
Yep.
Number two, there are way too many people out there who like to go, it's double head, it's triple head, and it ain't. Because they want to sell it for the money. And then you're sitting there trying to breed it after 2 or 3 years, and it does nothing for you, especially when they say it's 100% het, and you're just like, wow, how did that happen? Number three, if a person speaks to me that way,
yep,
I don't care. I won't even respond at that point. And at that point, I don't care what you have on your Morph Market page. If you can't be polite and courteous, customer
and timely. Oh my God, timely.
I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I really don't.
I actually have an example of that from recently. I actually had somebody message me and say, why are you selling these black pastel het pieds for such and such amount when I can easily get them on Morph Market for $200 for a 400 to 600 gram female? And I'm like, well, that's great. You can go buy that animal off of Morph Market. It'll probably be a lower quality. It'll probably have mites. It might have an RI. That's, that's basically, I told him, I said, well, that's my price. You can go buy the one that you see that's cheaper. Good luck with that. And that's basically all I told him. And he didn't respond back to me. It's like, I'm not changing my price just because you're mad.
Okay.
More than you can afford.
The bad thing about it is I understand everybody, quote unquote, wants a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do. That's just how people work. Number two, if I can get on Morph Market and I can pull up my big girl panty, and I don't go up there to every person I buy a snake from and go, oh man, I went over there and I saw this at this price. Can you drop it down $200?
This isn't Walmart. We're not price matching.
Sorry. Just because I have a Best Buy card in my wallet does not mean you guys are going to price match crap.
Right? Exactly. Like, this is not price matching here.
For this price. Now, I have had buyers go, wow, you just bought 3 snakes from me. Cool. Because you bought all 3 of them. I'll give you free shipping and I'll knock your price down by $100. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll make
that's on
my list to keep buying stuff from.
But see, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the breeders, like there are people that are out there, but like you said a lot, and I said it in the beginning, a lot of times when you make a snake sale, it's not going into our pockets to it's going back to all these guys.
I'm using it to feed them. I'm sorry. The sale that I made today, I put the cash in my wallet and it's going to turn around and be thrown back out for
exactly it's live feeders or tubs or or acquiring new inventory to make new projects or continue your plans. It's interesting how you gotta.
We're not buying Lamborghinis and yachts with all this snake money.
I don't see any of us like, hey, let's go to a private island and my snake did a Disney bid for me.
No, I am not rich. It happen.
If anybody gets into this industry thinking they're going to get rich, good luck.
Tell Freya, if you would. She's a perfect example of how documenting breeding usually can pay off. That's how we know she's het pie.
Oh, he wants me to pull Freya. Okay, I know who he's talking about now.
Ooh, who's Freya?
So Freya is Jason's snake that he got over Christmas. She is a fire yellow belly het pie. The guy that we got her from was a really awesome, very well documented about her breeding and her plan. So this is Jason's baby. But like he was saying,
great section of the dorsal. Wow.
I know. And it's so funny because if I pull out, oh my gosh, let me find her. Hold on.
Did you say fire yellow belly?
Yeah, she's a fire yellow belly het pie.
Nice.
And then I have my
Jason. If all of a sudden out of nowhere she just becomes missing, I did not go to Tennessee, okay?
He like stalked her for forever, but like this is well documented. I mean, look at her tracks, guys. I mean, there's tracks. But the guy had all kinds of photos that when Jason went to buy from this guy, and it's another person off Morph Market, the guy had the documentation to back the gene. Huh. You're a pretty girl.
Okay. Now, I do not have many that are like this. This is like my fun little project. We saw this guy and we want the gene that this guy says is in him, but we're not sure.
Oh, hang on. I forgot I can do this.
But because
Yeah, you
of
got
the price,
There we go.
yeah, there we go. But because of the price, I just went, well, even if he's not, he's cheap enough and he'll be a good breeder when he gets bigger. He'll be perfectly fine to have as just what he seems to be. He was sold to us as a leopard, yellow belly, Gene X, possible Gene X, het pied. There we go. So yeah, this is the little stinker that came to us. I told you that we had one that came to us at 48 grams.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that one.
Frozen cold.
Yep.
Yep. This is the little miracle baby that we finally got to.
Oh, look at that belly.
That is a sick belly. Look at that belly.
I love that belly.
We're this little guy that we're just sitting here playing around with and trying to go, yeah, he could be this and he could be that, but we need to let him get a little bigger because he's still just tiny little guy. Let me see if I can.
Look at that big long track.
He's handsome. Look at that.
I love busy belly patterns.
Yep. But this little guy is our fun little project, year and a half, whatever down the road. So this guy, he did not keep very good records, nothing. We went back through tons of photographs that he had on two different sites of photographs. We found where eggs were hatched and what looked like was him. We found where parents had locked and had the same size clutch. That when we were like, okay, so that it could possibly be what he is saying. We know that the father was definitely pied, so we're hoping to God beyond God that he's actually 100% het pied. If not, he'll just be something that'll be fun to work with. He was cheap enough that I really don't care. I was like,
It's fun. Like, the thing of it is, and we're not discussing like turning anybody off because somebody doesn't have all the documentation. It's fun to find a surprise, but it's also fun as breeders, and I know I do it. Now, I'll get on a morph market and I'll turn around and go and find out if they have an Instagram. Because then I'll look at their Instagram and I'll make sure, like, oh, hey, look, and you can find clutch photographs and babies and go, oh, hey, guess what? I know that baby.
right, Jason, right. It's, yeah. Clutch ID headaches. Right. Which is why we want to just hit a pied with him first.
That's it. Just one pied.
Yeah.
That we can get to where we can either prove the yellow belly or the Gene X, or this was just leopard, or that way we can hopefully just see.
You'll have to send me photographs. Actually, now that you're talking about Gene X, I have Hawkeye. He's possible Gene X.
Right.
So, like, it's, at least I know it's there. So if something happens, like, I know who he's going to. He's going to make me some pied babies because I want to see if that Gene X is in there.
Oh. Yeah, Gene X is really pretty on a pied. I mean, I'm sitting going,
I can't wait.
I'm like, God, I hope it's in there. I'm like, God, because if
trust me, Hawkeye, I'm like, please, because we watched JKR's video when he like went on about it, and I'm like, please,
just like,
please.
For the price, if it is in there, thank God. If it's
not,
and I've just got
bonus,
this little yellow belly leopard guy, and he's het pied, then that works too. I mean, now it just for him, a yellow belly in there. Cool. I want to at some point breed him to my super pastel pied.
Ooh, that'll be pretty.
But I want to put him with just a pied first, Skellz, and just to see straight across the board if he's pied. If I can just get a pied out of it, then that means he's pied. I'll do a happy dance at that point because then I know the recessive's in there.
Yeah.
But I need to be able to figure out what else all the other crap is in there once that all breaks apart and I can see all the ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's our little genetic marvel right now. That is our little miracle baby that survived being a frozen ice cube rock.
I know it's not. I remember the story about he's like it's crazy. You get breeders out there that they'll ship them like not even with a meal in them.
He was so cold. He couldn't even flick his tongue.
I remember he was like
it was
that
cold. I got him here and I weighed him and I was like, I cannot believe he was almost 10 grams lighter than what the guy said he was. I'm just like, I couldn't even, the heat pack was not even hot. I was just completely floored. And I sent a message to this guy and I went, you're telling me that this little scrawny, skinny thing has eaten 4 rat pups? All I could think of was his head and his neck looked too small.
Yeah.
Get a rat pup down.
See, in my head, rat pups are like they have fur and their eyes are starting to open. That's a rat pup in my brain.
I know. I'm sitting there going, I'm like, how?
It's mind blowing. Like I'm telling you, some of the things you hear, and it's so funny because being in this, like you didn't hear all this stuff that you're hearing now. Some of the things that you hear, you're like, what? Somebody actually believed that? What?
No.
It's not.
It floored me. I don't know. It made me laugh. It honestly made me laugh. I didn't think that it getting here, I didn't think it was going to be that big. I figured it wouldn't. But like I said, price was so cheap. Didn't expect to be getting much. Did not expect the guy to ship him when it was freezing cold.
I know about animal safety. It's not, don't send them, if it's not the right thing, don't do it because you're just risking first off, you're risking your own money because you paid for the shipping and it's your snake that you produced and it's under your name. And secondly, you're risking your customer's money because if that snake shows up deceased on arrival, it's going to be one of those things that they just lost out on a bunch of money and it might be a clutch that you're not planning on breeding that you can't replace that snake.
Right.
So it's pure safety for the snake. Pure safety.
Well,
Don't do it.
I'd sit there. I'd even sent a message to the guy going, here is a screenshot of our weather right now. Don't.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I already put him in a box. He's already labeled. He should be. No.
It's nuts. It's just, it's crazy.
Labeled. You don't have to drop it off. I'm like, you can go put it in the mail within 30 days. You do realize that you have 30 days to use that label, which means you can take it in next week and have it scanned, and it'll be fine. You don't have to make the label.
It's people getting in a rush. It's just
they want this.
That's all it is.
I've already made the label. I dropped it off this afternoon.
I know when we sell, I'm in contact with whoever's receiving a snake from like start point to end point. I literally and I'm one of those people, and I know everybody on here gets it. I hate when I ship a snake and I know they pick the snake up, but I haven't heard how the snake is. So I'm like, what's going on? How's the snake? Did the box show up crumpled? Did it?
Sorry, you know how anal I am.
We're all this way. I mean, we're all just anal about it.
Going, where are you? Did you get the baby? Is the baby okay? Is the box all right? And you were like, I'm on my way home. Stop texting me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. just to, because I mean it does. It's like they're children. Like when I get all my snakes in, they're all kids to me.
I just want to make sure that they didn't freeze.
And weather does change rapidly, and sometimes you do send them out thinking it's okay, and you'll have a storm blowing or something like that. But it's like it's just making sure that it's the snake. It's all about the snakes, guys. That's what it's about. It's about them.
I know I sent them
or tegus or anything for that matter. It's about them.
I know I sent them with a 3-day heat pack. That does not matter. Heat packs can go out. They can fail.
Or you can have dud heat packs. I got the batch of the dud ones, and they never activated.
I had one when we were sending yours. I activated the heat pack. Did not warm up.
Yep.
I had to activate another one. And see, we were sitting there. We'd activated them early. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. Didn't heat up. I was like, okay, so if you're not going to heat up, you get thrown away. So opened up another one, waited. It started heating, and I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
Got them all packed up, took them down there. I was like, okay, as long as it's heating up, I'm good. But it's the shipping it there and going, please, God, tell me the heat pack did not go out.
I'm praying because I'm going to have my first experience with all of this next month, and I'm so nervous.
You'll be fine.
12-hour trip. 12 hours. Because I dropped them off at right before 7 o'clock. And then they showed up to you at what, like 8?
Yep.
7-ish, 8. So
yep.
If it's 8 o'clock your time, it would have been 7 o'clock my time. So 12-hour trip. You know, I mean, just go in there. I'm like, 12 hours. Oh my God, please tell me that heat pack did not.
Yeah, you do. You stress, and everybody can say, even when you get the box, when you're receiving the box, you're still stressed. You're like, oh, let me get into it. So it's crazy.
He's so still so cute.
He's so cute though. Like he's just so cute. Even though it's so funny. Me and Lauren were talking about it. When you go back to when you first get the snakes and you take their first photographs where they hatch out. And then you like look 6 months down the road or a year down the road and you're like, wow, look at how massive you've become.
Oh yeah.
I love then to now pictures.
Yeah. Let me see if I can see it. There's a beauty. Where's my camera? Yeah. Oh, no, hold still. Let's see if I can see it. Where's this beauty mark? I'm trying to get him around there. There it is. Right there on his face.
Yeah.
Mark right there. Yeah, on his nose. I'm trying to turn him to where it is pointing to the camera, and I really do not know which way to go right now. There we go.
Again, guys, smash the like button. Tell everybody we're here. We're just sneaking around tonight.
He's so funny. He's trying to. No, here, come here. Come here a second. I know. You're like, don't touch me, Mom.
He's like, no, you're touching my head. How dare you?
So,
he's like, don't.
This is Beauty Mark.
Oh, look at his little beauty mark. I love when you find like cute little beauty marks on them, or like heart shapes, or like anything, emojis. Yeah. Or like in Kurt's opinion, pumpkin. Pumpkin has a pumpkin.
Yeah, the one Mary's getting from us has a heart on it.
Yep. See. It's awesome.
And I told her, I need to name him Romeo, and she goes, I can't. We already have one named Romeo.
Right? It gets hard picking names sometimes because you have to figure it out just right.
I think she said they were gonna settle on Wrangler though, so.
Oh, that's a cool name.
That's a good one.
Yes, that's what they're doing. So I'm not exactly sure.
I don't know. I know she popped in a little bit earlier and said it was worth watching the show, but she was getting car sick. So I don't know if she's still in the live.
She said she just got home. They're unloading the Jeep. She's gonna come back once they're done.
Okay, cool.
Uh-oh. Well, didn't want her getting car sick. That's not cool.
I know, right? Car sick is not like I've been under the weather, and trust me, like being nauseous is not fun.
No.
I haven't had a snake out in a while. Who do I want to pull out?
Eventually I'll go downstairs and I will wrangle the big mama of the evening. And bring her up so everybody can see her. I'm excited about her. Plus, we have to have Amber meet Amber, so we have to formally introduce
Amber to Amber.
Amber to Amber.
That's so funny. I
But
thought
I'm hoping, guys, stay tuned, because I'm sure we can talk Amber and Hamish.
we tried. He was over here walking around. We tried to get him to come walking out of the office, and he
said no. He said no, thank you.
he turned around and went over this way.
Oh, that is oh God, I know. I know who that is, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Yeah,
Classic donut.
Who is that? That's your pinstripe.
You got the door open? Okay.
I cannot think of that snake's name right now. Holy cow. All right, tell us who you got.
That's this is Urbosa. She's my pinstripe desert ghost.
That's right. Urbosa.
Urbosa. There's a video game. It's The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and there's a character in that game, and she's the sand. That's called a Gerudo champion in the game, but she's from like the desert, and that when Jeff picked the name for her.
Probably why I don't understand. I don't play video games.
I like the names though. She comes up with great names, and then it's like she'll be like, "Oh, it's a video game now." I'm like, "Okay, now I know where we're going."
When she was a hatchling, the name fit her very well because the character in the game is very like spunky and like very like I don't know how to describe it, like very proud of herself and like just like this complete boss. And she was a demon as a hatchling. She would bend over backwards to try to bite me.
She's okay. I'm really bad at looking at other people's snakes and figuring out what genes. I'm really bad. It's pinstripe in it, right?
Yeah.
I have a pinstripe hide, and she's the same way. She was.
All my pinstripes seem to be pretty chill. I mean, except when it comes to feeding time. But now that they have all their food living in the same room, they're just kind of chill with it. They're like, okay, whatever. We smell them all the time.
Oh, no.
She's mellowed out a lot now. Like now I can handle her and she has no issues. But when she was a hatchling, the day that I got her, I have pictures of her going vertical, trying to bend backwards to snap at me.
She was showing off her gymnastic skills. She's like, watch this.
The day we ended up getting Medusa, I was holding her and she leapt out of my hands at my daughter.
Oh.
Tried to fly across the room and go get her. Our little butter. This is our pastel butter ghost at clown.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
That's a pretty combo.
She's trying to hide in there. You know, she just had a fresh shed, so she's trying to hide.
Since we're keeping with the pinstripes, I'll pull one of mine out.
Yeah, hopefully our pinstripe pet hide is hopefully preggers.
That would be awesome.
We have been putting her with our super pastel banana super pastel banana pied. So hopefully we will have some lemon blast bananas.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Either pied or het pied, whichever one. They're still gonna be cool.
Oh, Venus, stop. That's awesome.
I will just be excited to have them either way. They're more pies that I don't currently have, and thank you, Jason. She is fun.
He is on fire tonight with comments, guys. Like he is like all about the comments tonight. I love it.
She is one that we picked. John is big into the clown stuff. I never really was big into the clown stuff. Yeah, I always wanted it in pied, of course, because I'm a pied. I like pies. So
pies are the best.
Pied and it makes me happy. But we've gotten more clowns throughout the years, and we've got a couple that are, hopefully we're going to be breeding them at the end of the year. And then we've got some that we possibly could be breeding at the end of the year if the female gets up there. Just kind of depends. Going for Batmans with them. The other ones will be going with we'll be going for bamboo pies or bamboo clowns. So we'll be going for bamboo clowns. So hopefully we will have both of those going towards the end of the year. But I never really was into clowns a whole lot, but we've started to expand on that more. And of course, in that expansion, you buy things that are double hets for things. So you have, it's either a clown that's het for something or something that is het clown, and because it's het for something else, then all of a sudden you go for something else that is that het. So we have tons more visuals now and everything. It just, we have tons of different recessives and.
Yes, that's your food. All that over there is food.
What would you say is your most exciting project for this season? Like, what are you, which, like, do you have like a clutch that you're most looking forward to getting, hopefully?
Well, we'll do it this way. We'll do yours and then like John, because we know you like your pies and he likes his clowns. So I know that there's two, like your household's kind of like, well, both of our households. We all have our projects that we're like gunning for.
Here I am. I was very, let me point the right direction, very jealous of Lauren at the part of last year because I saw her and I went, her first clutch. Are you kidding?
That panda pie.
Yes, because last year I went through it and my girl reabsorbed. I died. I almost died. My heart broke. So
I was so thrilled about that video, like her hitting. Oh my God. It was so awesome.
I was right there this was before I really knew you guys at all. And I was right there going through all this and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
I was sitting there looking at the dang thing going, wait a minute. Now, is there eye stripes? Is this just like a black pastel pie? Am I seeing things? What's going on here? Because I wasn't expecting it at all.
So this year
I knew it was a possibility, but yeah, we're shooting for that one again. She's not going to go till like August again because she goes. This snake, I'm telling you what, she is so stinking weird. The breeder that I got her from, she apparently the past 3 years, so this year with me, and then the past 2 years with her. She ovulated on the same day, she had her pre-lay shed on the same day, and she laid on the same day, and she had the same amount of eggs. What? What is this snake?
I'm telling you.
3 years in a row. It's so weird. So she won't go till, she won't lay until probably, when did she lay? Yeah, August. That was in August.
What's kind of cool is I like it because Samira will be about the same time as she was, so it'll be like another clutch around the same time for us, which is kind of cool.
So your most exciting pairing this year would be your possible shot at pandas then?
Hopefully my pandas, yes, hopefully. I'm praying to God they actually go this year and give me what I wanted last year, and so that's what I'm hoping. And then John, because we've got all the clowns, I'm guessing his is going to be the Batman. You know that.
That's that. Yeah. Oh, hey, Miss. Hey, Miss. Hey, Miss. He made his appearance. Everybody, this is the sexy.
Oh my goodness!
There he is.
Look at that handsome face. Oh my goodness.
He is so handsome. If you guys aren't following Modern Exotics, go check it out. Hamish is all over the place, and there's cool videos to see him.
Go see Dad.
Hamish.
Oh, I love tigers.
I
love tigers.
Oh,
someday,
right?
Ron, he's a good boy, but he acts like a 2-year-old sometimes or a 3-year-old. It kind of depends what you're doing. He can definitely come in with a plate. He thinks you're going to feed him. We feed him off plates. We use forks or sometimes the tongues, depending on what it is. And so if you walk in the room with a plate, he's like, food. And then if he sees you eating off of it, he's like,
that's not fair. That's mine.
he's like, you suck. You brought food in here and you're not going to share. I know you're not, because whatever's on there, it's all for you, and you're a jerk. Yeah.
I loved you guys catching him yesterday with the cup where like he turned and he had his tongue out and he was like, meh. I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, that's a great male model right there.
I was preparing for him to just walk over there and start knocking everything down like bowling pins, and he didn't do it. He came walking out and just basically did a horseshoe around. Looking like, what is going on? And then
what is that
with the camera, like, what in the world? And that was it. And then walked off, and I went, huh? They didn't even get knocked over. Cool. They didn't touch.
They're good like that. I mean, they all have their personalities. Lauren, Desert Ghost Pinstripe combos are awesome. What are you gonna do with it?
My plan. I love Desert Ghost clowns. I think they're beautiful. So that's going to be my first project with her, is she's going to go to a visual clown, whatever I have at that point, male wise. And I'm going to play the double het game, because it's just more satisfying for me that way, and, take the long road and, work for it, and, hopefully make some, Desert Ghost clowns in within the next 10 years.
So I'm going to step away. I'm going to actually make Jason get Amber out. It's kind of a technique to get her out. I'll bring the retic out real quick. I won't keep her too long in here, guys, because I do have lots of rats in here, and trust me.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
All the time. But I'm going to get that one out of the way. Since we're at 2 hours, guys, thank you guys for joining in with us. Gosh, you guys, this is what we do. This is what we like to do. Just sit around and talk some snakes.
Yeah. This is weird that we've been on here for 2 hours. Didn't realize that.
Yeah, I feel like we've blinked.
2 hours.
I have people that message me all the time, and they're like when we would do lives and stuff on Instagram, and they're like, me and Nikki, and then they're like, oh, did you save that live? Because I want to listen to it, and I listen to it on my way to work, or I listen to it while I'm working, and so that was the other thing that Nikki and I were like, yeah, we should do these on YouTube, because we can go for however long we want, and it can basically be like a podcast.
Yeah, we could go for 8 hours if we wanted to. If we got bored, wanted to keep talking. Yeah, that's so funny. I've watched some where some of their lives. Their lives out with a set of, this is what we're going to do, and then all of a sudden it just literally broke down into, you're watching it and you're going, wow, this is like we're hanging out at a bar right now and everybody's just doing whatever, and this is kind of hilarious.
That's kind of what happened tonight. We went into everything with kind of topics in mind, and now we've just kind of gone blah, blah, blah. Just talking about random things, projects.
Well, no, they don't even. It wasn't even that they were staying on reptile topics. I mean, some of these things, it was breaking down into whatever.
It really devolved.
It's like, okay. Yes, it really devolved. It was getting into the delirious stage, and I was like, this is really funny. This is where you get shots. Yeah.
Change my
nice when you have a cold-blooded animal and you're warm and your face is warm, and you can just go like this and touch your face with them, and it's such a it feels so good because they're so cold.
Well, I haven't heard him scream yet, so.
Well, you fed her. When did you feed her? 2 days ago? Yesterday?
Day before yesterday, she ate.
Yeah, so she should be. She should be fine.
You know, when it comes to these retics, it's a respect thing. It's just like Kevin says, it's learning their personalities. She's really chill and easygoing once you get her out. She's a big telescoper.
I love her service. delivery service.
Yeah. Amber.
Retic delivery service.
Amber.
Love retics.
Good, good, then.
I won't keep her up here too long because she already smells all the rats, and she's like, "Oh, we're gonna eat. This is dinner time."
Oh my
So here she is.
That is beautiful. She's
Oh
so
my
pretty.
A lot bigger than I thought she was.
Oh yeah, she's a big girl.
Well, I saw Kayla holding her, and it was very cute. Kayla looked very Mad Max in the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
look.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute. I was like, oh, that little girl looks very attitude-ish at the moment. It was very cute. And now that I see Mom holding her, I'm like, yeah, she's a little bigger than I thought.
She is she's very big. It's a respect thing with these guys. So
Do you know what percentage of Kalatoa she is?
so I'm being told 35%. So she might get about 12 feet when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
She's not on the super dwarf. Rachel actually corrected the information that I had read for me yesterday when I was live. So she's a dwarf, but she's what they don't consider her a super dwarf. So she'll be about 12 feet. But from my research is if you feed them on a slower rate versus like the every couple days that you sometimes hear, if you feed them a good enough meal once a week, it kind of helps slow the growth a little bit because you can actually make these snakes obese and cause a lot of health problems on their livers and things like that by overfeeding them. And what I plan to do with her is she's already on frozen thawed. She is pup trained, so when we go in to get her, and we do not get her unless there's multiple people in the room at the time. Because it is, if she does get scared and she's not out to hurt us, they will coil as a way of finding the security. So she might coil around my neck because she feels insecure, and hey, she might choke me out. Who knows? So it's numbers when it comes to her, but she'll get to a point where she'll eat a lot. Right now she's only on small rats because she didn't eat prior to getting to her. She had been off food for about 2 weeks, and then when we got her, she went. And it was so funny. Jason thought this is going to be some big powerhouse nail to the food, and she was just going to go berserk. No, literally, it was like boom, boom, done. It was like bigger than some of the ball pythons. It was nuts. So there is that. They can get it's just issues with these guys. So it's just, and I'm still learning. Like, this is my first one. I was super excited to get her. I've held her multiple times prior to getting her. And I just fell in love with her, and I got the opportunity. So here she is. I was lucky. She has an Animal Plastics, a T10 that is going to get set up for her. So she'll have a big enough enclosure for right now, but she will get bigger. So Jason will have to be building me another retic rack.
See, you were talking about them getting obese and feeding them too much and getting liver issues. See, even like with the tegus, we have to monitor how much they eat at a time and how often they eat, because if not, some people like to feed them lots and almost think that if they feed them lots, it's like loving them, loving them with food.
That's a nice belt.
They can get,
I know, right?
And they can get like a fatty liver disease.
Yeah.
Lots of health problems if they're not getting any kind of exercise. It's just, you have to monitor things, the types of food that they're being fed.
Yeah. I've heard it. A rule of thumb with her, and I will do it. I'll back her off rats a little bit. I'll give her some chance to have a couple extra large mice. I'll change her feeding pattern just kind of to make sure she's not getting obese or too much food at one time.
Right.
Where's it at? Because I don't want you to take her without.
Did my hair offend you? I'm sorry. she kind of like booped into my hair down here, and she went, no.
And I've learned something too. So you know how like a hiss from a ball python is like, hey, don't mess with me. Actually, retic, I didn't know this. I thought she was hissing at me the first couple times. They actually make this hissing sound out of excitement. And it's not like, hey, I'm gonna eat you. It's a sound, and you can actually see it sometimes, like the bottom of their jaws kind of like blow up a little bit with the air. But it's them being excited, or sometimes it could be them being, facetious and just wanting to not be messed with. So
You have to learn to read the body language.
yeah, you do. Again, these snakes, it's a respect thing. You respect her. I treat her like I would treat if I owned venomous snakes. It's a respect. If she looks like she doesn't want to be messed with, guess what? She ain't gonna get messed with that day.
Follow Wildfire Retics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, and they're great animals. I got into this saying I wasn't gonna ever have something big like this, but I fell in love with her. I think it's kind of like dogs and stuff like that. The snake always finds you. Ouch.
Weston Winter, he was a guy from here in Colorado. He just recently transferred his whole facility to Utah. He is a very nice guy. He's awesome.
Yeah, well, you can take her.
All retics. So if there's any questions on anything you guys might have, contact Weston.
Cool.
And we'll be able to give you any kind of information or advice or anything like that. He's been messing with him for quite a while.
Okay.
He's got some big girls, and they are beautiful. That's something I wouldn't ever want to get into.
She's gonna go back down to her enclosure now.
I'm not one for the big snakes. That's not me. I think they're pretty. I've told Weston when I see his stuff, I'm like, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, but it's really big. Yeah.
It's intimidating. I watched her the other day. She was just crawling around, and I guess she kind of got spooked, and she like puffed up really, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, nobody's messing with you today." But you never know. You can't say that you won't or you can't, because you just never know. You might find yourself in the right situation like I did, and that's why I have her, and I love her to death, and I'm learning with her, and that's the great thing about this hobby. We're always learning. It's always evolving.
Right. Well, I mean, we thought we'd never, and this is completely opposite, but I mean, we never thought we'd have a Knowles in our house of all things, but I mean, they were abandoned in a rental property that one of our family members owned, and they went, you guys like reptiles, do you want to come get them, figure this out? And we just went and got them, just so that they didn't get hurt, so if they were in bad circumstances. And they're still here. I mean, what are we going to do with them? I mean, seriously, it's just so they're here. But I mean, if something like that was the issue, I mean, if somebody had left one somewhere or something, we might go pick it up. Who knows?
You never know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not one of those people who's going to go out and go, hey, I've been looking around for a retic. No, that's not, I don't see me doing that. But, Weston stuff, now that's kind of cool. And I would go there and I would look at it. I have no problems touching it or picking it up. If he said, here, this one's an easy, handleable one, I probably wouldn't have any problems with it. I just don't see me owning one that gets that big.
I was with you in that boat. I won't lie. I was like, yeah. And now look at me. Here she is. And again, we do have a king snake, and now we have her. And another reason I got her is because you do have some of these breeder rats that get to be jumbos, and I don't have a snake big enough to take, and you. Unfortunately, like, they breed and they give you all these things, and they have names and they have attachments and stuff like that. But at that point in time, it's like, okay, I don't want to waste that food opportunity for one of the snakes because I lost a breeder, or like the king snake. He thinks all day, every day is like raining pinkies. It's just raining pinkies.
Right.
Who do you have?
Uh-oh.
What?
Lauren, I see you. Panda pie.
I'm done. I gotta go. Bye, ladies.
He's my baby. He's my baby. He's probably one of my favorite snakes to handle. He just sits here and chills. He's so used to being manhandled all the time. He's just become accustomed to it, and he's just like, man, all right, I'll just stay here.
Lauren's been had them hands on her. It's great.
Show off. No.
I know, right? Right? Be like, show off first clutch pandas. What?
I told Nikki, I'm excited because with him, he's growing so quick. He's gonna be ready to go next season.
I know. I'm so excited to hopefully, oh my God, I can't.
I hope for you too.
Oh my God,
because
I don't want.
There's nothing like it.
Kidding me?
Nothing like it.
No.
I mean, babies, any baby coming out of the egg is great, but hitting that combo, like, whew,
oh yeah,
like, oh my God.
Once they start breeding, I mean, I'm that person. I don't pick up the females. I don't mess with them. I leave them alone. I mean, I just sit there and I just go, do your thing. I don't mess with anybody at all. I pick up the males and get them out of there. You know, but I leave the girls alone. I may open it up and get their fecal matter out of there. I will probably leave urates going around throughout, you know, but I'm taking out the gross stuff that's going to grow things, that's going to get nasty. But I'm not going to sit there and change everything out every 2 to 3 days like some people think needs to be done. I'm not going to do it. It upsets them.
They like it. It's their scent.
Their own self. They love it.
It upsets them. It paranoids them. They think they aren't home. They think they've got to now mark it and make it all theirs again. And the moms at that point, they get nervous. And I'm like, nope, just leave it.
What we've done this season is after we see our pre-laid sheds, about a week after that, we start to give them back the cocoa so they can nest. And then after that, we don't touch that until after she's laid because like she's put her scent in there for a reason.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, nobody ever warned anybody. Yeah, and nobody ever warned anybody. When you breed snakes, it is the nastiest tub you will ever go into because there is poo and urine just thrown.
Yeah. I mean, there's some of them that, and I'm not sitting here, they smell to high. There's not that. It's just, you will open up a female's tub and it smells different than opening up the others. And it's just because she's wanting it to smell like her. And so you open it up and you're like, okay, clean certain spots out, but don't overdo it. Don't sanitize it so much it smells like you're in a hospital.
Yep.
You can't do that. You can't do it to the females right now because it paranoids them. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave them alone and let them do their thing. And just once they drop their eggs and you pull them out, take out the eggs, clean out the whole tub, clean the female.
Yeah.
She's been soaked and she's got all the scent off of her. Put her house back. Put her back, and then that's when she goes, oh, where'd everybody go? Where am I?
Yep.
Okay. I have to make this all mine, and I'm home again, and this is all my stuff, and these eggs aren't in here, and so I don't have to do that again. Cool. And then probably a couple days later to a week later, they'll eat again. I don't have females that go off food. I don't. Starts eating.
I might have one. Like we don't go right back into their size of what they were eating, like pre egg laying. We go in with like a smaller meal just to like stimulate because you figure they've been off food for a minute. It's typically what we do, and then after we pull them, like we clean the tubs and she gets a nice wipe down and then you kind of set her back because she is stressed and they do search for a couple of days. They're like, well, I knew I had eggs at some point in time. I don't know where they are, but I'm like you. I have a lot of females that after they've laid, they'll go right back on food. It's just a matter of like stimulating that.
Oh, honey, the bumblebee that we have, that she lays the biggest clutch for us every year. I mean, if we feed on Fridays or Saturdays, depending on when our live feeders can be picked up, frozen feeders, whatever. but we have certain ones that will only eat live. And so when we go pick them up, it's either on a Friday or a Saturday, whenever they eat. Now, with her, it don't matter. If she lays on a Thursday, I will probably wait till the following week.
Yeah.
However, if she lays on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days, doesn't matter, I will immediately see if she wants food on a Friday or a Saturday, whatever day it is. And generally, I don't have an issue. And she goes right back on food. I would rather them start right back on food as early as possible.
Then have that time off. Yeah, because I mean they're already weak. I mean they're pretty depleted after they've laid.
They have lost. They go from looking like a big fat snake to a bike tire.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And I'm looking at saying, "Oh, you poor things! You don't have anything. You're so deflated now. You look so pathetic." Yeah. Oh.
It's crazy. It is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Again, guys, hit the like button. I can't see anything, so hit it, smash it. Don't know how many of you guys are in the chat, but we appreciate you guys being here with us tonight. We love doing this show.
Yeah. How since this is my second season, I only had one female go for me last year, so I only know what to expect with her. When you have snakes go off of food, females, like getting ready to like ovulate and all that stuff, how long would you say on average your females are off of food for before you see an ovulation from them?
Ooh.
Off of
mine, it could be anywhere from a month. For some of mine I've gone from a month to about 4 months, and then I finally see the ovulation. Medusa's really, my biggest girl is like that. She'll hit the wall and she'll just keep going like she's a garbage disposal, and then all of a sudden it just kind of goes away. And she's come off of food for about 3 months, way before I've seen the ovulation. It just depends on the snake. I document a lot of like their behaviors for that season. I'm like, okay, well, she did this at this time. She did this at that time. So then going into the next season, I can kind of go, okay, here's that sign. But then again, I did that for 2 years with this snake. And this season, she looked like she was going and she kept going and kept going. And then all of a sudden, nope, she's like, nope, don't want anything to do with any of the boys. So she decided to take her year off. But I can't blame her because she laid me 11 eggs for the last 2 seasons. So hey, you're more entitled to having your year off.
Yeah. No, we sitting there doing something like that. It's basically like she's saying, and then, we've got some that just pound until, just at the very last second. Up until the last second, you're just kind of like, all right, are you even going to get pregnant? Or are you just...
They pull your chain. They're like, well, this is a little sign. Nope, I'm gonna take that back. I'm not gonna. No, oh, here's another. Nope, I'm gonna take that. It drives you insane.
Yeah, because I've got 3 that are off food right now, and I'm like, what do we got going on here?
John just sat here. He's listening to all of this. Of course, he's in the office. And he goes, Percy ate almost the whole time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The one who had our our pastel leopard het pied, she's the one who had the 6 egg or the 8 egg clutch that Mary's baby's coming from, and she ate almost the whole time. I think she probably ate right up until she had her prelation.
Wow.
I mean, it was just, she ate. She was an eater. She didn't care. And I was just kind of like, okay, is she even gonna have any babies? Is she just being fat? Or I was like, no, there's no way. Oh,
it's Poe.
Oh,
I love him. I can't wait for him for next season. You guys have no idea. I'm like, please grow faster. Please grow faster.
I'm gonna give you some Miracle Grow.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for this guy.
Yeah, John, he has one that he can't wait for. Where are you at, buddy?
His eyes, Lauren, you should see, like, I have to say, they almost are like white. They've grayed out, like, they're just white. It's not this color. I'm just, oh my God, I love this snake.
Come on.
So this is my bamboo calico leopard, guys, if you guys are wondering who I'm holding. So this is who I have. This is my pride and joy.
What are you doing?
Actually, I have a lot of them, but he's my favorite.
Whoop. Come on here.
Clown.
Get you there.
I see clown.
Let me see here. Phantom clown het hypo.
Ooh.
If I can get him in the screen. There he is.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's John's pride and joy. Loves this little boy.
Let's see if I can, hold on. Let's see if I can get him close enough.
Loves this
Oh
little guy.
yeah, look at his eyes.
Yeah, his eyes have like whitened out so much. It's crazy.
John's
He's so pretty, Amber. Like, your collection, like, it doesn't, like, we show some snakes on here and, like, you know, we've been at it for almost 2.5 hours. But, like, we don't get a chance to see everybody's collections. And I want COVID to be over because I want to go visit everybody and actually, like, be in their snake rooms and be like, oh, my God, what else can you pull out of the door? Because it's like Christmas when you open a snake bin. You're like, oh, look at what they have. I need that.
Oh, yeah. We've got stuff here that I haven't even really photographed and put on anything yet. Because, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could, but I just haven't. I mean,
You're yes, you are.
it's not that I'm trying to hide anything or whatnot, but I mean, I've got some that are little bitty guys like this.
I know.
I know I photographed him before. I photographed some of them, but I'm just like, you know, I'd rather photograph the ones that I'm selling right now and, you know, have everybody look at those rather than some that I'm just trying to grow up and, you know, whatnot. But, you know, that's not my biggest concern right now.
Mhm.
But yeah, there.
You guys are doing amazing. Like, both of you ladies are doing amazing stuff, and I can't wait to see, like, as the season progresses, like, what comes out of each of your guys' collections and projects, and where it's crazy to realize, like, where it's going to be. Like, this time next year, we're going to be talking about, like, the next season, we're going to be like, oh, well, look at what this one is doing. So it's pretty cool.
I have
He's gotten, look, ready? He's like, it's okay, Mom. Just love me. It's fine. Love me like a dog. Love me. He's like, taking so much.
I've liked these things ever since I was 16.
Yeah.
I mean, John and I were sitting here going, we were crazy that we ever took a break from reptiles to begin with.
Yeah.
He goes, we never should have done it.
I wish I was Kayla's age when I would have started. Like, if my parents would have let me do that,
Yes.
like, oh my gosh. Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, I got my first ball python when I was 16. You know, I mean, I had never even seen a ball python before. I didn't even know what they were. I was just walking through oh my gosh, what are they called? Like where everybody brings their, a flea market. There we go. Just walking through a flea market, and the guy had bought a booth in there and had set up a bunch of reptiles that he was trying to sell.
oh, wow.
A bunch of ball pythons sitting on a table, and he had this one over in a tank that was by itself, that its eyes were blue, and he had him marked down to $350. And I was sitting there talking to him, and he goes, be careful, he's blind. And I said, okay. And he goes, well, you know, I hate to say this, but if nobody buys him today, I'm going to have to euthanize him. And I went, why? And he goes, well, because he's blind. He goes, we're not sure what happened to him at whatever point. He goes, but he can't see anymore. Okay. I felt really bad. You know, I was picking him up and playing with him. John goes, he saw you coming. Yeah. Well, I was feeling really bad for it. I'm then there a kid who likes animals and ended up talking my dad into buying it for me, seeing as how my mom said no. Parents
Dad's
divorce.
always the best choice next after mom. If mom ever says no, kids learn that.
Well, parents are divorced. You ask mom and she says no. You ask dad, he's definitely going to say yes because he wants to tick off mom. Yeah. So I ended up taking it home. Lo and behold, all it had was stuck eye caps because it
That's
didn't.
Oh,
He
jeez.
didn't need to shed. He didn't shed a skin. He didn't shed skin or anything, whatnot. He just had stuck eye caps. My mom and I were sitting there messing around with him. We figured it out, got his eye caps off, no problem, humidity up and everything, and it was fine. But I mean, we're sitting there going, he was going to kill him. That's what he told me. I'm glad I bought him and took him home. I'm the girl who took her senior photos.
With snakes.
Snake around my
That's
I believe
awesome.
it. I believe it.
That is awesome.
Put that on my page. I need to go pull him out of my drawer upstairs.
Yes. Oh my God. I
That
think
would
we
be
would keep
awesome.
them
Yes.
happy. Yes.
I was the girl who had bleached my hair my senior year, so I've got brown brunette roots and blonde hair, and this is really bad back in 1980, haircut, yeah. So, but I got my snake around my neck.
That's detail. I can see it now. The photographer's gonna be like, you're gonna not leave that. She'll have the retake in a photograph. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, the photographer was freaked out. Could not believe I brought a snake to a photo shoot. Yeah. The photographer had never seen one before. He was like, "You're gonna what?" And I went, yeah." I was like, "Just take the photos." I was like, "My mom will hold him when I'm done with these photos, and then we can." Yes, Mary.
Amen, Mary. But
Yeah,
the weird people are the best people.
We are.
Who wants to be normal?
I know, right? Like, I don't want to be normal.
No.
Mm-mm.
Do you want to be normal, Poe? He says no.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm not a normal. I'm a bamboo leopard, calico, something,
I'm
something,
not
something."
normal. I'm clown.
He's like, I'm not normal. He's like, I get you.
John says we're normal. Everybody else is weird.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I like that one.
That amen to that one. Amen to that one.
We're normal.
Hey, Nikki.
Here we go. We're
What?
normal. Want to know how we're normal or why?
Oh,
We're not discriminating against other people's pets. We're not discriminating against any of them.
nope.
Everybody else, they're
There's Houdini. Houdini. I'm excited about this one, guys. That's Houdini. That's the black pastel pie that Lauren produced. I get to get her in April.
I love the black. I love her saddles.
She's so
How
dark.
How dark her saddles are.
The other one is like crazy. Crazy.
She definitely took after her daddy, that's for sure.
That's good.
Her dad's saddles are nice and dark.
I have to say, you guys, we've had wonderful snakes on tonight. Like, everybody's been showing like all kinds of great snakes.
You have sausage butt. Are you gonna poop on me?
Yeah, probably. Oh my goodness. Ladies, it's just been an awesome time tonight. We're like 2.5 hours in. Didn't even realize we've been on that long until I looked at them and was like, oh, wait, hold on. We're just, like, the minutes just click. And this is what it's about.
When you know you're having a good time when time flies and you lose track of time.
Yeah. And it's always fun to talk to Amber, though, because she's always got something cool. And, like, her and John are always doing great stuff over there in Modern. And it's awesome to finally, like, pin them down and get her on here.
Hey, I'll talk to anybody about anything.
You will. You did an awesome. I mean, you stepped out of the comfort zone and you took Kayla on. That was her first official like adult.
So cute.
Oh my God, last night.
That one was insane.
Oh my God, last night was insane. Kayla's was insane. Like I was just like, oh my gosh.
I am probably one of the most normal and laid back people. I don't care. It's one of those things where I'm down with anybody. I don't really mind whatsoever. just as long as everybody's just chill. However you want to
Thank
be.
you, Mary. We appreciate that. The OG goddess.
Yes, Mary.
And support everybody. I got Diabolical. This was in my giveaway for Mary. This was my winning prize from Diabolical. I got this. So support. Go check that out. They're awesome people. Got great pages. Cool stickers too. So check it out.
Morph Market.
More yes, there you go. There's Morph Market.
Morph Market.
Now, don't forget, guys, in the underneath the page, we've got the links for US ARC, our pages, and all the other stuff for like Modern and like everybody else. So go check it out. If you're not already following, which a lot of you guys already do. Oh my gosh, who is that?
That's
Look at
Mary's
that
little
tree.
boy.
Oh,
I figured she might want to see him.
Aw, Mary,
So
look,
that's Mary's
there's
little baby.
Mary.
the little baby.
Say hi to your mama. She's in
It's
your-
so funny to see all of us because we're like, look, here's your little Snaky, and then like to see them actually get it, you're like, oh my gosh, and to watch them grow up. That's the fun for me in this.
Mm-hmm. I'm so excited because I have my one of my hatchlings, my first hatchling sold last night, and I'm so
Yes,
excited because it's somebody that's on Instagram that follows me and I follow them, and I'll be able to watch her grow up. I'm so excited.
gosh,
And
that would be
I get to
awesome.
watch this one grow up with you.
Yep, and I you're gonna get more of mine. There's actually a lot of them coming to you here soon, and I get to watch mine grow up with you. So it's it's fun, and then Amber gets to watch the girls grow up. So I love it. That's what Snake Family's about. It's about getting
Mary
them-
hasn't responded yet, so I don't know if she dipped out for a second.
I don't know.
As soon as
but
she responds, I'll put it up there. Mary.
watch it.
Anybody, Mary, calling Mary, Marco Polo.
Well, even if she did, she can come back and she can see him.
She
on
can
the
be
side.
live. He's on here.
Yep.
It's been a fun live. Like seriously, this is what it's about.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's being such a good little boy. Yes, he is.
They're so good. They're such good babies. Oh my god,
man.
she's gotten so big. Holy cow.
Yeah, she's probably around 270.
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
I
waiting.
weighed the panda today, and he's 285. So
Good sizes for babies.
These two are a little like neck and neck. So
Sorry
Hello.
guys, I'm having like rat fight night above my head going on again. It's like they're like a timer. Like, okay, mom, you've been in a room too long. Get out.
That's funny. You said that is a black pastel pied, right?
yeah,
Yep,
That you've got with you.
that is the Houdini.
yeah. This is the other visual pied from that clutch.
And I'm so excited I had to have that one. That was the one I was adding to my collection.
She actually has a story behind the name, though.
She got
Oh
here
yeah.
we go. Okay. You guys are full
Oh.
five.
Is that the male?
Yeah.
Look at how
Very-
dark.
I
Oh.
love the saddles.
These saddles are really dark and pretty.
I waited on this guy. I waited. I picked. I chose this guy. It took me almost a year or more to find the one that I wanted. I wanted one that had the darkest saddles I could find.
Yeah.
Yep. Because that's how you get the nice dark pandas.
Yep. That's exactly right.
That was what I did with mine too. Because both of mine came from Garrick DeMeyer, and he had really nice dark line.
Yeah.
Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. And the cool thing that I'm starting to see with this line too is they're starting to get the Dalmatian spots everywhere. Like the panda's starting to get them. This is Dad.
Yeah.
He's that nice dark rustic orange. Well, his head's going the other way.
Right.
He's like, no, go this way. He's so pretty.
Dad and daughter.
Nice. Nice.
That's so cool.
She literally has the same head pattern that he does. It's kind
I
of
know.
funny.
We noticed that.
Like him too.
They're like, she's like a little mini me.
She is. She just has an extra saddle than he does. He only has 2 saddles and she has 3.
We got Dario from, let's see, what was it, Granite State Pythons? I believe that's who it was. And it's so funny. I'm an old person, so if I say he's a kid, that's quite different from what a lot of people would say. But he's a younger person than me. So I believe he started when he was in his teens. So definitely a few years ago, probably he could be 19, 20, 21 by now. Who knows? But yeah, he has his own collection. He is a breeder, and yeah, they actually sell on Morph Market. So we got him and our Inchy Pied at the same time from him. And then, oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember who we got Davina from. Davina came from, holy cow, who did Davina come from? I'd have to look back through all my records to find out who Davina came from. Holy cow, that sounds horrible. Wow. I know, I'm a horrible mom, huh?
I was gonna give you a check. They're like, you're horrible because you don't remember.
I mean, I could imagine, I can imagine that once you get so many, you just lose track.
You start to blend, or like they start to blend together.
At the time, I had wanted one, but I wasn't like hardcore looking for one, and I just happened to be on Facebook watching a bunch of stuff, and whoever it was, had posted their business on Facebook and had shared into a reptile group I had been in at the time. It was one of like the Pied reptile groups, and had shared it in there. And it was one of those things where it hadn't been posted for very long. And I went over and jumped on it, and I asked him, oh my God, how much do you want for her? And of course, I went and looked up reviews on this person, went up reviews on the business, asked around to a couple people that I knew here, whether they had ever done business with this person, who this person was. Oh yeah, this person's good. Go ahead and buy from them. There's nothing wrong with these people. Cool. All right. And went ahead, and as soon as I had contacted him, somebody else goes, how much you want for her? And I went, oh Lord. Sent me a thing back, and I immediately just sold, done, paid for her, and back on the Facebook post, and I went, thank you so much. She's so beautiful. I'll be so excited to get her. And then all I could think of was, yeah, I just stole her right in front of you, and you didn't do that. I'm so sorry, but all right, cool.
That's kind of like my mindset when I see something on Morph Market and I'm like, oh, this could go so well with what I want to do. I don't need to do it. I don't need to spend the money. I don't need to do it. And then I look at it and I see how many likes it has, and I see when it was posted, and I'm like, this is going to go. Somebody's going to pick this up, and I'm going to put it in my wish list, and it's going to go tomorrow morning, and I'm going to kick myself. And I do it all the time. All the time.
Oh yeah. It happens.
Sad thing about it is, in all honesty, if I put it in my wish list, it's, yeah, sure, I'd like to buy it, but I'm not putting it in my wish list because I'm going to go back and buy it. I'm putting it in my wish list because I like the genes that are together.
And you want to create it.
And you want to go back and see it.
Looking for in the future. And I just sit there. That's it. It's not because I think I'm going to go back and buy it, because if I wanted it, I'd be buying it at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I really wanted it. So I'm not even going back and looking at the wish list going, oh, darn, it's sold. No, if I wanted it, I'd be buying it.
Yep. Yeah. That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
John and I, we sit there. If we want something, we're going to buy it at the moment. We were looking through all these things, and we were not wasting time. There was a 2-week session that was, like I've told you before, Nikki, there was
end of October,
well, it was at the end of November, at the beginning of October.
Yep.
There was like a 2-week session there where we just snakes left and right.
Yep.
And we're going to contact them and we're going to get these. We just need to get them right now.
Yeah.
Before we.
It's kind of you go through those. I mean, we've done it here this last week. It's like you acquire, and it's like head full steam ahead, and then like you reel it back, and then all of a sudden it's like wham, let's just go get at it.
Right.
You know, everybody's got to get in. You know, you fit it in where you can fit it in your life, but you don't want to miss out on the deal that adds something beneficial to your collection, because you are right, like Lauren said. I do the same thing. I pay attention to the likes, and how long ago I was posted, I'm like, this is gonna go, and it's gonna go fast. So it's like
if you want it, you gotta do it now, because you can't sit on it because it's gonna go.
You can't.
Right. Well, a lot of people, they always send me these things also for giveaways, and I'm not gonna enter the giveaway if it's not something that I want for my collection.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
There's somebody now on there who is that I saw that's in their giveaway that has 2 animals and whatever they are. I can't remember. There's things that I don't deal with, so it didn't log into memory. And then there is a cinnamon banana. Okay, and I want the tri-stripe on there. And whatever. And I'm not even going to sit here. It doesn't matter to me who it is right now. I'm not even going to say names or not. I don't care right now. I'm not even going to do that. I don't mind sharing it on my story or anything else. Hi, Kurt.
Kurt just wanted his name said. Kurt is still here, everybody. If anybody needs Kurt, he is still in the house.
I know. Hey, he's hardcore.
He is. That's hardcore. Love Kurt. I enjoy every time he's come to my place twice now, and I love every minute of him being here. It's nonstop laughing the whole time.
It's one of those things that I don't mind sharing it. I don't mind liking it, but I'm gonna read all the rules. And if it says that I have to tag people in it, I have to do all these things, the tagging people in it, if that's what's going to where I'm entered into it, I'm not going to tag people in it. If it's not something that I want in my collection, I will share it left and right for you all day.
Yeah.
I'll do it. But I don't want to accidentally be drawn for it. And then what do you do with your snake?
I mean,
if I get it.
And that's the thing. When you get breeders that start this, you get them in here and they're like, oh my God, this gene and this gene and this gene. And we all have kind of done it where it's like, okay, let me get this and this. And then when you get in here and you get your mindset on your path of where you're going to go with your plans, then you start to realize, oh, wait, I have to be selective on what I bring in, because is it going to take my project to the next level the way that I want it to? Or is it just going to take up a space that something else I could get in is going to need that space that's for that project? Yes, we want to help everybody. We want to get in and like we do it. We share it. We give it out. We get mentioned a lot. It's not the fact that we don't support you. It's the fact that holy cow, I've got 2 bins and that's all I've got for this season that's open that aren't with the holdback. So it's like, what is the next thing that'll pull it in? And then if somebody is like, if it is something you're in, then that's good for you. But a lot of times, we don't have $1 million properties, and we just have endless square feet to just like put all the reptiles in here.
No, and it's not that I'm sitting there saying your snake and your
yeah, it's nothing like that.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it will not work for me.
Exactly.
I already have banana in my collection. I already have a super cinnamon in my collection. I don't need that the cinnamon in the banana. If I wanted it, I would breed my banana to my cinnamon.
And a lot of people don't understand that. There are snakes that you have in your collection and Lauren has in her collection that a lot of people, we don't show them very often, but they're here. But the reason they're here is because we want to create that. I take the enjoyment out of raising these snakes up, breeding these snakes, and then seeing their babies because that gives me a sense of, hey, look at what I could achieve, and like we did this because like I went through the steps that were appropriate, and this is the outcome.
Right. Well, it was just like let's see, the Christmas giveaway on what was it?
Yeah. Now the Iron Dog one or Todd's, because there was two I think that I was aware of.
With TNT.
Yeah, Todd.
Yes. We did the gift certificate thing where Mary ended up getting this little guy. Okay?
Yep.
That's where we did that. So we're on there and we're watching everything and going through the motions and all that. And then we ended up winning a free snake.
Yep.
Okay, cool. There were two in play that we could choose from, and we got second choice. And I'm sitting there the whole time going, oh my God, the other person gets to pick first. Dear God, please pick the cinnamon. Please pick the banana cinnamon. Please pick this snake. I'm like, I don't have a Royo in my collection. I won't mind getting a Royo right now. I can play around with that. I can see what that does to a pie. I can see what that does to a clown. Because like I said, I like recessives. So I can breed a recessive to that, and then after that, take a baby and breed it back to the recessive parent and go from there. But I was just like, oh my God, please pick the banana cinnamon. And when they did,
some of the dogs do that.
Cheering, and oh my God, I was screaming. I was so happy in there. I was like, John, tell him the Royal right now. Tell him the Royal.
You're like, me, and you do like, and it's crazy because like you said, like that's one that we want to add. We want to play around with it with the Deekers. It's crazy. It's nuts, and we appreciate everybody with their giveaways and the raffles and stuff. But like you said, it's at a point where you get to a certain point in your collection that you go, whoa, I need to make the space for what I plan on breeding versus what I think is really cool and what I would love to have, but is it going to have a purpose in the plan?
Okay.
Right. I don't want to bring anything in that isn't going to, in some way, shape, or form, fit into what we have.
Like, I have to back off spider right now. I'm so spider heavy with in my house. Like, I'm like, oh God, spider's so pretty. Look at this spider. I'm like, nope, I gotta slow that roll.
I'm so aggravated. Where we go get our feeders from, they have an orange dream spider het clown.
Oh,
I want it, but at the same time, I just don't want any more spider.
You're like me. I'm like, because you can breed yourself into a corner where that's pretty much all that gene is like dominant in your collection. Like you can do that.
Yeah. John just made the comment because the guy that's in there, Tyler, he breeds his own stuff, and so we've got a pretty good relationship going on with him too. But he's got a GHI Mojave 50% het clown in there.
Ooh.
Do I want the GHI? Yes. Do I want any more Mojave? No, I don't.
Drowning in Mojave.
Cell complexes back here that I want just a pure white thing that all of my recessives are just blown out and you don't know they're back there, and somebody would go, really? Are you sure it's got that in there?
Yeah.
I'm positive. I know that it's in there. It's just, yeah. And then the fact that it's 50% het clown, I went, no. And John just goes, well, if it was 100% het clown, maybe. But
yeah,
things we could breed it to and separate.
Because GHI Mojave clowns are beautiful. Like,
oh
ooh.
God, yeah. GHI Mojave, period. Like adding hypo to it. That's another man.
It is such a beautiful snake.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. If it was 100% clown, it would probably make me so much more tempted to get it. But the fact that it has such a low percentage on it, and the Mojave's in there, I'm kind of going. So
you're like, I mean, it's nuts. It's
John
crazy.
got for almost $400. He goes, I'm good.
Totally, I totally get it.
I hate to have to do this. My phone's at 5%.
Oh my gosh, no, it's been a pleasure. Oh my God, and thank everybody for tuning in. Again, guys, Amber from Modern Exotics, check them out. If you guys have any questions about anything, go check them out. They have a great morph
Yes.
market. They're doing great stuff. Again, like she said, everybody, it might be a suggestion. Put some USR stuff in your boxes and you send it out. Get the word out for these guys, okay? Let's get some funds. And don't forget about the Reptiles Fund for Texas, guys. Like, donate directly to that site because they're doing amazing things with that fund, too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Just use your printer and print something off that talks
Yep.
about your park. That's all you got to do. A sheet
That's
of paper.
it. Make your pamphlet, put it in there. So then other people understand about the cause because we need them right now.
Yep. There's a lot of
It just
people
suddenly
that
went down to 3%, guys. So if I cut out, that's why.
You guys have a great night. We'll see you guys next week. It's 276. We love you guys.
You guys are awesome. See you guys.